All right, so what am I supposed to... I gotta... Yeah?
Yeah. And you could manhandle that thing. So...
What's up, robots? Robots and robettes. Welcome to Robex. The water is spicy.
All right, you ready? I'm going to introduce it and get us going.
Do it.
Well, let's get to it.
So I love that term, think tank. Think tank. I mean, you know what a think tank is? Like, how's a think tank go, James?
Yeah, you know they got cancel culture nowadays. You gotta watch what you say. It's getting real scary out here.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't know if I can take the conversation here, but we might as well. It's the Rethink Tank. Looks like you had a little bit too much to think here in the Rethink Tank.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? And thanks for joining me again. We are here, and the Rethink Tank has a guest legend that I'm so thankful to actually have in a studio. I have a home, no longer a roaming nomad. While it was the highest poppin' episode where we did our Christmas taste test, doing all the different Christmas ales, whittling it down to a winner. And I think the winner was surprising, but that had a lot of popularity, and yet we were just in a shopping center basement. It was crazy. But now we have a home, and I couldn't be more excited to bring in my special guest, now the Toxic Show. How you doing, my brother?
You know, I feel great.
See, every time I'm always going into his world. We're drinking all these different taste tests. We're going to begin to beatbox. This time, you got a little bit of the Rethink Tank juice. We're going to get the juice thinking and flowing. But that being said, first we need we have the luxury of kicking off the episode with a beatbox ambassador. Woo! And he's opening me up to a whole new world. Not only am I a beatbox virgin, but I also
am a virgin.
Dang.
Come on, man.
Do me like that.
No, I don't want to be your first.
But we're popping the Toxic Show's cherry with the hard tea. So we're doing the lemonade hard tea. We're going to kick it off. First, I'm going to let you pour yours. Oh, you already filled your glass up. Oh, you're killing me. All right, I got to get you a new glass. First, here.
We don't need a glass. Hold on.
I love watching the Toxic Show because he's not a purist. Everything gets mixed at some point.
That was weak. Sorry. It'll be better next time.
All right, so this is like a legit iced tea.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this looks scrumdiddlyumptious. Why does everything have to have colors? I mean, I guess at the same time when it's clear, it also freaks you out. So is there ever a win?
I feel like clear tea would be really weird.
For the Toxic Show, kicking off a fun episode. This smells good, like a nice summer refresher.
It really does.
Actual tea. Chink. Oh, that's delicious. I'm having
Yes.
this is for between a Jack and Coke and a iced tea. What a way to start this off.
Right? I mean, it mixed pretty well.
All right. We're holding everybody out too long. First off, what are your thoughts? You got to give everybody a review. Do beatbox to justice.
I'm just kidding. All right. That was poor beatbox. I'm going to say out of 10 in comparison. So I have had the regular tea. It was just a lemon. What was this one again?
The lemonade.
Lemonade. Okay.
I shouldn't have thrown the... It's the lemonade.
So it's kind of Arnold Palmery. I would say, you know what I will say? I'm
What?
dumb because it's a repackage of the lemon iced tea.
Really?
When they brought out 2 more flavors,
bet.
that's why I was like, wait a minute.
That's what it tastes like.
It's literally an Arnold
It's not
Palmer.
lemonade. It's definitely not lemonade. The
Well,
hard tea. So it's lemonade iced tea.
Yeah.
And so like you
So
said,
it
it's
makes
lemon
sense.
iced tea.
Yeah.
You're full
So it
of
makes
no one
sense.
beatbox. Still good. It's like a twisted tea.
But 11%.
Yeah, now that's a victory. But I don't want to hold you out too much. The theme of today's episode is Am I the Asshole? Oh, yeah. For those of you that are unfamiliar, there's an inquiry on the people's web that is Reddit, and it's this question post forum where people put scenarios, events, life situations, and ask, am I the asshole? Or is it the person I'm hanging out with, the other person involved here, or the other entities? Okay. Because sometimes it's hard to tell. Sometimes you got to make hard decisions, and it makes you double guess yourself, or sometimes people are so terrible. Sometimes they're such an asshole. You're like, am I the asshole? What am I missing here? So we got to dive right in. Drake, you and I are going to be judge, jury, and executioner. We are here to decide, are they the asshole?
All right.
I want everyone here to also get yourself involved. That's the whole point of the Rethink Tank. If you're unfamiliar, we also do a live show every Tuesday at 7 p.m. live, and the whole purpose is to get you involved. We want your dialogue to have an impact on the show. So please do not hold back on giving your 2 cents on who the asshole is. So first, we'll start with scenario 1.
All right.
Am I the asshole for bringing up my guy friend missing the toilet? Let's dive in. I'm getting mixed answers on this, so I come to Reddit. I, 30-year-old female, live with my husband, 34-year-old male, and our 4 cats. Ugh. We've lived together for 6 years, and this has never once been an issue. So, no, I'm confident it wasn't my husband. Last year, I had a male friend, 35, from out of town come visit. He stayed in our guest room for several days. The first day of his visit, I noticed something sticky around the toilet when I was using the bathroom. I didn't think anything of it, and I wiped it up. The next day, my husband noticed the same thing. We checked for a leak or maybe some adhesive, but there was nothing. Needless to say, it happened 1 or 2 more times until he left, and we haven't seen it since. I know it wasn't on purpose, and he was an amazing guest otherwise. However, he's talking about coming to visit again soon. I've debated mentioning it, but I feel like it'll be super embarrassing. It'll be a super embarrassing thing to bring up. So, am I the asshole if I directly but politely mention to my friend so he can pay attention and clean it up myself? First, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I've definitely called my dudes out. Like, if
You
I'm in,
gotta.
So like, if I'm in someone's house and we're a guest, and you know, you always got that one friend that's drunker than I am, they exist. And they're the one that you go in after they stumbled. You could tell that their arm hit to the right, so like the towel is out of place, and then like they probably like kicked it up with their left foot, and then just let it out while sending a text message. And then just turned around, zipped up, and walked out.
Yeah.
That's the guy that I'm going to call out.
You gotta.
But if it's just like a genuine mistake and you're like, I don't know if I want to grab toilet paper and wipe up some other person's, they'll be all right.
How about this? I'm going to throw a scenario at you. First, before I even present my position. This story sticks out to me. It's a great one to start off with because the last episode, I got into it with my guest, this older gentleman that was very upset that this new generation had gender-neutral bathrooms at the rec center. Okay. Turns out that they were 2 single bathrooms. So all they were was a, toilet seat. Yeah. It wasn't like anything different or special. And there were 2 of them, both gender-neutral. The benefit I see is if you have a all-boys tournament, you don't have one just sitting there empty or an all-girls tournament. Anyway, the only argument and the crux of the whole piece, I'm flabbergasted because men are such pigs they dribble on the seat. Now, I guess I open the inquiry before I even dive in. Is it possible for men to not be swines and use a toilet without getting piss everywhere? I'm asking for a friend.
It is possible.
Oh, no.
Come on, man.
That means, I guess, I guess we can hold you accountable. So
I
here's,
sit when I pee. It's okay. No, I'm just kidding. No.
you know, I didn't say it at the time because I didn't think about it, but it's like you're going at masculinity for not peeing all over the seat. And it's like my dad, who's 6'5", would beat your butt. I'm being polite here. If you peed on his seat, I'm just telling you right now, I don't care how much of an alpha man you are, I will watch you quiver.
Yeah.
My dad, oh man, he's a guy that sits while he pees at his house. What are you going to say to him? You're going to say something? I dare you. I dare you, tough guy. I dare. So here's how I look at this situation. Am I the asshole? No, the real asshole here is the person that puts you in this situation and makes you feel like you have to say something. I leave it to akin to a friend that owes you money. Mm-hmm. You're put in this predicament like, am I the bad guy for asking for the money again? And at the same time, it's like your friend's the bad person for putting you in a situation where you even have to ask for it. I should either know that you're good for it and it's coming, or you do it in a timely manner to where I know I can anticipate it and not even think about it. But if I'm getting to a place where like, hey man, it's been like a year, it's been 2 years, and I got to say something, it's like, well then who's the asshole? Right. So if I got to chase you down, this is the same thing. If I got to go, hey man, please don't pee all over my toilet because do you see a maid here? Nope. Right. It's me, old chap. So if or it's my wife and it's like, what are you thinking, dude? So I think the real asshole is the person that puts you in a predicament where you have to say it.
Yeah, that is true.
Here's the next question, follow-up. Do you wait until he dribbles again, or do you do a preemptory strike? And I don't know, that seems a little more you're more on the offense. He's going to take it a different way. Like, man, you've been brewing on it for this long. I think you give him a chance. First night of dribble, you go, bro, I thought it was you. And I know it's you now. Yeah, you gotta be less of a pig. And I'd call you a pig. Oink, oink. Yeah, exactly. All right, so where do we come out? The friend's the asshole, right?
Yeah,
fair to say?
Definitely.
I feel like I need to do the toxic way and, chug this down farther. It's just sitting here. You pound him. I gotta...
I'm sipping.
I know, but... I'm trying to keep up with the cool kids. All right. So drop down in the comments what you think. Scenario 1, who's the asshole? Going to scenario 2. Am I the asshole for not giving a damn about my son's mental health? Taking the glasses off for this one. This one's a doozy. Oh my God. This is the world we live in. I have allowed my 27-year-old son to move in with me so he can save money for a house. I am not charging him anything, even though he has an excellent job. I want him to be able to afford a house, and I don't have any money to give him. I can do this for him, though. The problem is that he thinks I'm not taking his mental health into consideration with regards to food. Interesting. He has been diagnosed and received help for stuff when he was younger. To the best of my knowledge, he is still on therapy and still taking medication to help cope. I don't judge him for this. If I were younger, I might consider it for myself. As it is, I would rather just drink and have short-term relationships with low-class people like myself. Okay. One of the main concerns he has is about how I eat. I love garlic sausage. I always keep a ring of it in the fridge. I can fry some up for breakfast and add some pierogies, or even just break off a piece and eat it cold. My son hates it when I do that, just tearing off a piece. He thinks I should take it out, put it on a cutting board, slice off part of it, the part that I'm going to eat, then slice that into smaller slices so I don't need to bite off pieces when I'm eating my piece. I told him to stop looking at my food and stop watching me eat if it bugs him so much. I also said if it was really an issue for him, he's welcome to slice up the sausage and put it in serving size containers for me. He said he does not like to touch meat and that he isn't my servant to cut up food for me. I told him, tough shit. I don't have the patience to deal with this. He says that I'm a bad parent for not caring about his mental health. I told him to buy a refrigerator for his food so he does not have to see mine. He also has a problem with how I leave half-finished bags of chips. I rarely eat an entire bag of chips, so I will roll up the top and put a rubber band around it to keep them fresh. He insists that I buy some special clips to seal the bag or throw them away half-finished. I leave it to you for your response.
Fuck that kid. I'm dying over here.
Simpson.
I mean, the reality is you're 27 years old.
Yeah.
I'm 30, and I recognize how bad the market is. I recognize capitalizing on an opportunity like this.
Yeah.
At the same time, who are you to be making demands, especially ones so unhinged?
Literally. Like,
Social credit.
I sit here and I can't help but, okay, so one, how do you develop an anxiety like that? Like, is it an OCD? It's got, like she said, he's got some sorts of diagnosis.
Yeah.
Clearly, she's some kind of like drunk that's like, I don't even really know what it is. I don't care, but I know he's fucked up. So, I mean, she's probably not the most caring person.
right.
Living on top of each other, I'm sure little things each other does drives each other crazy. But that's called dealing with it because you like living where you're living.
Right.
I'm just lost at what I'm missing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I flip it to you for your diagnosis. How do you diagnose the situation?
I don't know. I'm still thinking.
The kid. The kid's the asshole.
That kid. Like,
Yeah, you know.
there's just way too much that leads. Like, I feel like the dad was like approaching it really like easy. Like, hey, to your needs, to your needs, to your needs. Because he caters to his needs every single day.
Right.
So.
And then here it is,
That
the way I'm
ungrateful-
eating my sausage. Like, imagine it's blown up to such a scenario, you take it to Reddit. Like, this is shaking the rock bed of our family. The way I'm eating the sausage is driving my autistic son crazy. And again, solve it with another fridge. Solve it for cutting it for me.
Right.
But I'm going to eat food the way I eat food.
Right.
I think I'd be concerned if you're just like fisting sausage in a restaurant, just like, but you know, in your kitchen,
Right.
come on, bro. If we're having a couple drinks and I have rolled up garlic sausage,
I'm like, hey.
I'm Viking slamming that all night. This is Sparta. Drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think of scenario 2. How do you diagnose?
I just thought of something funny so like I'm just picturing, so like the older like Looney Tunes cartoons or like Tom and Jerry or whatever, when you would see like the sausages were just like sausage. That's kind of what I'm picturing.
That's me. Yeah, me too.
Just dangling in this fridge. Sorry, there's this whole scenario just pent up in my brain right now. So I feel like the skin on the outside of that's pretty thin.
Yeah.
So, if that autistic kid really wanted to fuck with his dad, he could have taken like a knife and
Split the
built
skin.
built a sculpture for his dad out of it. Because you think
Dude.
about it,
That's like demonic Chucky shit, dude. Open it up and it's just like your head made out of sausage meat. And you're like, okay, I need to put a hex on this house.
I don't know. That just went.
He went straight like Maria Abramovich, like,
See, this is why all I do is drink.
yeah. To keep the witches out of his kitchen. Yeah. Well, that's one way to diagnose the situation. I think very quickly you become the asshole again. Fuck. All right.
Oh,
Scenario 3.
crying. Oh, that felt good. All right.
Scenario 3. Am I the asshole for telling my nephew about his diagnosis against his mom's wish? All right, this one gets pretty serious. So,
Is there? Oh, because
I'm gonna read this bad boy out. It gets.
Okay. I have two scenarios
The nice thing
already.
is, you being a parent will add another layer, another dynamic to this consideration. So I, a 19-year-old female, am the youngest of 5 siblings, and for full context, my brother Jay, 25, and I are adopted. We're the youngest 2. My oldest nephew, Alex, 15, is my best friend. He is the one I am the closest to in the family. His biological dad is not in the picture. His mother / my sister, 45, is kind of a helicopter parent. I love her to the moon and back, but she can be overbearing sometimes. Alex recently got diagnosed with cancer. The family is devastated, but we're willing to do anything to help him. The thing is, my sister didn't want to tell him that he had cancer. She thinks he's too young. 15. She thinks he's too young for this kind of news to be forced upon him. But this kind of news is literally inside him. I couldn't get how she would get him into treatment without telling him what treatment was for. She said she will figure it out and for the time being, tell him that he has some minor disease. While the family tried to reason with her, she wouldn't listen. And no one insisted on telling him that much because it's very difficult to have any sort of argument with my sister as she almost never budges. The whole family and her husband, Alex's stepdad, said that even though they all think that Alex should know, at the end, it is her call. Jay and I disagreed to this, but we didn't say anything to anyone at the time. We decided amongst ourselves that I should tell Alex as he deserves to know. My sister was being unreasonable and would never ever tell him if it was up to her. So, yesterday, Jay and I visited while she was at work. Jay distracted the brother-in-law and their kids while I talked to Alex and told him. I also told him that it was caught on a much earlier stage and treatment would be easy. He took it as good as any teenager can take that kind of news. We left before our sister was back. She called me in the evening and was mad at me, reasonably, for telling Alex behind her back. I didn't say anything to her except that I thought he deserves to know. Then my brother-in-law texted me and said how wrong it was of me to not listen to my sister. He said that he wanted to tell him too, but he couldn't break that boundary that his wife had established, and I shouldn't have either. My parents also are mad at me, mad at us right now. Our other brothers aren't mad, but say we should have at least waited as all of them were trying to make my sister understand. Now I'm feeling like we are the assholes because we took the matter in our own hands. I feel bad for hurting my sister, but at the same time, I still think she was being unreasonable. Am I the asshole? Now, there's a couple updates that I want to throw in here to get the full picture. There are many comments, and I can't reply to everyone. There are mixed judgments, and I'm still as confused as before. Jay and I talked to one of our older brothers an hour ago. He told me he had talked to our sister. She is still mad at us for going behind her back, but now that Alex knows, there could be an open and honest conversation. Also, Alex doesn't know about the conflict, so I guess that is good. My parents are also mad at us and are also not mad at us now, and while they think we acted immaturely, we did it with the best of intentions. Finally, thanks to all of you for the prayers for my Alex. He will kick cancer's ass. I'm going to meet him in an hour. I have been talking to him, and he seems fine for someone who got to know he has cancer 2 days ago. The heat is down with the rest of the family members, but not with my sister. I want to call or text her. I just don't know what I would say, and I need to figure that out first. Many of you suggested that she may be in denial or maybe dealing with some mental health issues. I will talk to my brother-in-law or anyone else about it and see if we can figure out how to get her some sort of help if that were to be the case. I love her and want the best for her and Alex. Thank you to everyone, blah, blah, blah. So, Who's the asshole?
I think the asshole is the mom that wasn't telling the kid.
Woo!
100%.
100%. Okay, elaborate.
Because if I was that kid and someone held something back from me, maybe not at that moment am I going to really notice it or whatever, but like, you know, if I'm if I'm in my teens and then it like snuck up my throat. Yeah. Woo. All right, so if I'm in my teens and like I find out, you know, in my 20s, obviously I already knew at that point. But like my parent doesn't tell me. So at that point, as that kid, you would have wished someone would have been the quote unquote asshole and told you what your mom wanted.
Yeah, true.
So I feel like whether at that moment it was the asshole move, the way that it impacts the child is the asshole move. So if like
that,
so I guess it can kind of lead to both. Both are the asshole and aren't the asshole. Because this one, who knows does it say how long they knew?
it doesn't. It
Okay.
doesn't really allude to how
So-
long they were holding it out.
This could have been
Well,
one
again,
day.
having multiple conversations with family members, it could have been one day. So let's, in the worst case
Yeah,
scenario.
we'll say a week.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And I mean, multiple conversations could be, I called my sister once, I called my mom once, I called my dad once.
Yep.
That's 3 conversations. So it could have been just, she found out a day ago and was trying to figure out how to say it. But then the sister knew and is like, well, why haven't you told him it? You've been with him for 24 hours. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? You know, and then a day later, she's like, blah. Whereas like the mom actually might have been trying to figure out a way to say it if that's the scenario. So it all
Let's
just
agree.
depends on-
The sliding scale for evaluating that is how much time it was. Like if it's been like a month and you've got cancer brewing in this kid,
You tell that kid.
screw you.
That's yeah.
Like
But if we're
a day,
Yeah.
a week, a week's
I'd go
still
a week.
fresh.
I'd go a week as
But
like
after
the
a week,
maximum
I start
threshold.
thinking about it because at the same time, 15
Yeah.
15 ain't a baby. Like, I don't know if you've ever heard of this thing called Ronald McDonald House, but, like, there's babies going through, like, some
Right.
really tough shit.
Facts.
And they know what's going on.
Right.
And the truth is, a child, an 8-year-old, isn't gonna really grasp what cancer is beyond
Correct.
I'm sick. Like,
Right.
we get it because we've lived with the ramifications for 30, 40, 50 years, your whole life. You've
Yep.
seen people come and go, struggle with this thing. They haven't seen those struggles. To them, it's just like any other sickness, and they take the medicine or, you know, whatever diagnosis or
Yeah.
I guess what prescription they
Yeah.
you know give you. They take it day by day. Like they don't know. A lot of people die from it. Like I'm
Right.
not saying you sit the kid down and go, you got this thing that's gonna kill everybody. It's
Right.
like
Right.
just explain to them that and so to me, if the mom's willing to say you gotta go to the hospital because you're sick, how is that any
Something's-
different? Like
right.
to me, I think the comment section, as it alluded to, is right. You're just in denial.
Yeah.
And so hurting your kid in this way, for some reason, you think is kind of protecting you from the truth. And it's only hurting him. Like him not knowing what's going on is not to anybody's benefit.
Right.
And so if you're keeping like an 8-year-old in the loop, a 15-year-old can know what's going on and probably should.
Yeah. 100%.
And I like the way you open your answer because the truth is, if we put any of us in the scenario of the kid overall,
Yeah.
we all would want to know.
Yep.
So our aunt delivering on what we want, that's what our aunts and uncles do.
Exactly.
They take care of us. Mom does too, but sometimes with a screw loose or a little zhuzh of narcissism,
Yep.
sometimes they'll get blinded by their own emotions, or
Yeah.
it could just be their emotions themselves are a little off whack.
All of the above.
All the above. So that's scenario 3. Drop on down to the comments and let us know who you think the asshole is. these people are making quite a great evaluation in the comments because, that's the best way to support the show. If we're making you laugh and we're making you think. All right. Clicking on in to scenario 4. So be sure to let us know your thoughts. Am I the asshole for going through my girlfriend's dresser drawers?
Oh, shit.
So I have ADHD and sensory issues, aka on the spectrum. However, I'm pretty low needs and can manage my own stuff as long as no one interferes. I have sensitive hearing, and that's my main trigger, so to speak. Noise stimulation is my main thing, but I always have precautions. I have this incredible pair of headphones, which is one of my prized possessions. It's blue and white, and I've had it since I was like 12. They block out everything, no joke. And they're smooth and well-shaped and fashionable looking, so I can wear them around my neck without looking like a weirdo. My girlfriend has a weird aversion to all of my little quirks, as she calls them. All the barely noticeable things I do to deal with my issues. I do take my meds as well. But she particularly hates those headphones. Last night, she came into our room while I was using them to fall asleep, and I opened my eyes to someone waving their hand in front of my face, since I couldn't hear her. She was even more grumpy than usual about the headphones, but I thought she'd gotten over it after I set them aside on the bedside table, and we talked to sleep. This morning, I woke up to them gone. I searched the whole house for them, despite being sure of where I left them, and then asked her if she'd seen them. She told me no, but there was something about her voice that made me suspicious. I waited till she went to the shower and went over to her side to see if she had taken them. Lo and behold, in the first drawer, there they were. I was furious, and I waited until she came out to confront her. But the second she saw the headphones, she started yelling at me about how could I violate her privacy like that and what a terrible boyfriend I was. I don't quite know how it happened, but I ended up apologizing and then making her a coffee to make up for it. She's gone to class and I'm confused again. Surely this was her fault? Or am I being dumb? Am I the asshole? And he's a 19-year-old university student. Dude, your girlfriend sucks.
I can't believe that this is real life.
I know.
Like straight up, I would. No, don't take my headphones.
Right? So, okay, here's the carrying capacity, right? This is the wall. If you cross this is the line.
Yeah.
If you break into her privacy and those headphones are not there, you're cooked. You're cooked. You're the bad guy.
No, because you were looking for your headphones.
Yeah,
'Cause
but but hold on. But if all of your clues, like that's what I'm saying. Like you need to be so confident in your investigator, like that it's got to be there, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm going off of she sounded weird when I asked her.
Yeah.
We have 4 rooms in this bitch, and I've checked every millimeter.
Yeah.
And I fell asleep with it next to me. It's not in the bed, not under the bed. And I know she's got it in for him.
Yeah.
Okay. First off, if you looked, no one's really going to know. But of course, you're not supposed to be going through your girl's knickers. But you better hope they're there, dude. Because if they're not, you did a wrong-o. But if they're there, you're right. And you can't be apologizing.
Well, and like, there's so many different aspects to how this could go. Like, how deep in the underwear drawer were they? Like, were they buried?
By the story, I'm taking it right on top. They're right on top. Right on top of the drawer. No.
Right.
I'm telling you. I bet you he opened it and it was sitting right there. Oh, yeah. Remember, he could fit him around his neck and he looks cool. Not like a weirdo. Perfect.
You're now talking to this guy. So,
when I have my headphones on, my sensory issues go away. Hug me.
Hug me, please. If you were wondering.
Wait a second. And we got to double back. How do you not have patience for the little things that he has to deal with? Like, it's not just the headphones. And again, So my dad, it's just that time in life, man. I love him, but we're getting old. I'm getting old, which means Pops is getting old too.
Yeah.
And the hearing's kind of gone.
Okay.
So he, for a while now, has been wearing like big Beats headphones that connect to the TV, and that's how he watches TV.
That's cool.
He wants you to watch the Browns game with him. But then, like, he there's no point. And, like, that's like me watching the Browns game with this monkey. Monkey, what'd you think? How'd they do? You proud of Nick Chubb? Oh, no, Nick Chubb went down. Oh, his face is the same. Just as excited as a touchdown. And, like, you're trying to talk to him like, yeah, work was good. And my mom gets kind of mad.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Dad can't hear. So, like, I also think maybe if he had the headphones off, we're really not any further ahead than we were with the headphones on. And at least he's enjoying the Browns game.
Right.
So, I've lived this game. I've felt the frustration. Dad wants to spend time with you, but he can't hear you. And then you're like, hey, good night, or whatever. But do you love him? That's what you're spending time? Like, that's why, like, at the same time, it's family. If you can't accept me for who I am, headphones and ticks included, then, like, what are we doing here? We're just wasting each other's time. He's got that autistic schlong. She won't leave. She's got to keep beating up on him. Why do you keep putting the mayonnaise upside down? Man, if you didn't wreck me every night.
I hate your fucking headphones. Every night I want to choke you with them, but you choke me instead.
I mean, so far, to me, they've been pretty clear. I think the asshole of this scenario is very clear.
But hold on, I need to go back to this headphone thing for you.
All right.
So I just picture.
Oh no!
I just picture
not another sausage head scenario.
No, it's a solution. Yes. So you get 2 Xboxes.
Okay.
Or an Xbox and a PC.
Oh.
So same room. Realistically, all he needs to do is have the game on with the game coming through his headset.
True.
You then adjust the slider for your party chat between you and him so he can hear you and he can respond. Because you can adjust
watch the game.
that you're higher than the game, but only when you talk.
Oh my goodness. You
Dun,
just...
dun, 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 dun.
And like that, the Toxic Show brings families together. Once again, family time, crying over the Browns is reunited.
It can be shared. And then you can watch it at a different place with him and he can hear you too.
True. Oh my goodness. My mom's going to be playing Xbox. She's going to become a new Fortnite master. David! Give me another 50 pot! Why'd you shoot me?
I don't even know what your mom sounds like, but it's...
Mommy milkers.
All right, so that being said, not only did you save the family, but bringing up the Browns, just before we get into the next scenario, I got to ask, what do you think? What do you think of the prospect going into this new season?
I think we're going to wipe the floor with the Cowboys at 4 p.m., baby.
Oh, yeah, baby. I am very excited for that.
Yep. And then other than that, who knows what the rest of the season's going to be. But
the sad part is that we had to prepare a roster for a Deshaun that will at least be out 2 games. That's our team. The guy that we gave $350 million, we have to anticipate being out at some point. So we just sit there and pray that Batman comes back and Nick Chubb can humble some people.
right. Because Chubb is back, yes.
Well, he's still rehabbing. We're going to find out. It'll hopefully be sometime during the season. But first game is going to be a tough one.
Okay.
That was their initial anticipation, but it's a legit, it's a lot to overcome.
If it makes you feel better, from some of my Cowboys fans, they say this is the worst team they have ever had.
Good. Prepare to be humbled and smeared in the Browns bowl.
I'm like, oh, okay, cool. We will rub your. And he was like, the Browns have never beat the Cowboys.
Watch it.
And I looked at it was, I think it was one other time. Because we were looking up.
Here.
Did you watch the roast of Tom Brady?
Oh my gosh, how amazing was that? They did amazing.
There was only one bad set in it.
Who?
Who do you think? Mine's
the she person.
Randy Moss.
I didn't think that was terrible.
It wasn't good. I mean, bro, Bill Belichick did better.
Bill Belichick did definitely do better. Dana White did great.
Yeah.
Andrew Schultz did okay. Tony Hinchcliffe and Nikki Glaser, I think, did the best.
Oh my God, Nikki Glaser.
She killed it.
She was like, my boyfriend of 10 years is sitting out there in the stage, and I would shoot him in the head for a lottery ticket at having sex with you.
Yeah, dude. And again, that's all of America.
Yeah.
Like all the women related to that, truthfully. So the Browns have played the Cowboys 32 times since 1960 in franchise history, including 3 postseason games. Cleveland leads the overall series 18-14.
Woo!
So eat that.
Let's
Eat that.
go.
Who's America's real team?
Beatbox.
No, it's the Indians.
The Windians.
Everybody's favorite racist team.
I wore the Cavs.
Cavaliers, I bet you they're being crushed right now.
Is that tonight? Are we getting?
Let's get a live update, even though they already know what happened. It's 52-58. We're doing better at halftime than we would expect. Halftime, 52-58. Good timing.
Let's hope. Because we have to win today to go any further, right?
Oh, yeah, it's over.
Yeah,
it's over
that's
if we
right,
lose this. All right.
It's crazy. But I wore it for you. I was going to wear my Guardian shirt.
Good thing you didn't.
I know.
Good thing you didn't.
Because we're the Indians.
You would have hurt me.
No, I don't own anything that says the word Guardian.
Oh, okay. That makes me feel better.
Yeah. I only buy the new ones that have the C.
Okay. Which is close enough.
Yeah. So, but I have one. It's like lime green, so kind of like this, and lavender. I almost wore that
That's
one.
sweet.
But I don't know.
But you had to represent
No, I meant
the
for
double
a hat.
team. Oh, that's a hat. Oh, that's a sweet hat.
Oh yeah, that's a hat.
That's a sweet hat.
I got it straight from New Era. I was like, yeah, I have to have this shit.
Bold move, Con.
I want that on a hat.
Yes, dude. Coming soon. All right, so we're going to go on to scenario 5. But first, you got to drop down into the comments to let us know who was the asshole in the last one. Again, I thought it was pretty clear, but y'all sometimes be wildin'. All right, scenario 5. Am I the asshole for being mad at Taylor Swift concert situation? Weird title, but let me explain.
Okay.
Around a year ago, me and my wife planned a trip for later this year to go see the Eras Tour in another state. I initially was hesitant because of the cost, but I came around because I really wanted to share this experience with my wife. She's a huge fan, and I've started to become one myself, so much so, I'm actually really excited about our trip. Then this Sunday, her best friend, out of the blue, texts her saying she loves the new Taylor Swift album and wishes she could go to the tour with her. My wife pretty much instantly says to her friend, she can have my ticket. Of course, when she tells me, I'm not happy. I really wanted to go with her to share this experience. I practically turned into a full-blown Swiftie.
Boing.
Social credit deducted.
So yeah, I'm pretty mad at the fact that she just wanted to push me aside for somebody who didn't give an F about Swift 2 weeks ago. So we come to the agreement that this isn't going to work. Well, now my wife has the idea of selling our 2-floor tickets for 3 less expensive tickets. Okay, not ideal, but whatever. Well, you don't get paid for selling tickets till after the event. Now my wife expects me to cover $7,000 until she might find someone to buy our tickets. I'm not poor, but I'm also not in a position to just loan out $7,000 with only a potential chance of repayment. So I tell her I'm not comfortable doing that. Put our tickets up for sale first to make sure we recoup our money before committing, forgot a C, he omitted a C, before committing to buying new tickets. She isn't comfortable doing that. So, guess we are at the impasse then, right? Her friend will need to find a ticket. Well, this morning, I wake up to a bunch of don't be bad messages from my wife. She took $7,000 out of the HELOC to buy these tickets and now is trying to sell ours. So I'm pretty mad about that because at the very least, I'm stuck paying hundreds in fees and interest, even if she recoups the money spent. She says she might even make a few thousand profit, which I guess would be okay, but I can't shake the fact that at first she had no problem offering my ticket to her friend without even asking me. I'm kind of mad her friend isn't talking some sense into my wife as well. Am I wrong? Am I unreasonable? What are your thoughts?
I think he is in the right. I would be upset because we made that plan as a couple and, like, doing that for you. Like, let's be honest. Some girls don't want to go to the brewery, but they'll go for you. So, like, there was probably so many moments where he's like, I haven't done anything for you. I would love to go to this concert. He did his research. He did his stuff. He did this, did that, all for her. And then she's like, oh, I found something better. Bye.
How about this? I got a parallel scenario. I love 21 Pilots.
Okay.
Definitely my favorite. So tickets come out on sale. They're in Cleveland in September. Perfect.
Okay.
That's in 2024. I'm assuming, because they're kind of telling a story across these albums, that this is the last album. So this will probably be the last tour they have, at least for a little while, because they got young kids, and they're probably going to just do that for a while.
Yeah.
So 2024 is America. In 2025, they go to Europe. So because of like promo codes and everything else, the best seat I could get was like the 7th row of the outer bowl.
Okay.
I've been on the floor before, which is most ideal, but those were sold out instantly because of the people that had these like early access codes.
Makes sense.
So Europe, there were still some there. I wanted to go to me and my family, we travel all the time. I just went with my sister and 2 friends to Switzerland for a ski trip.
Heck yeah.
So my sister and I'm like, will you go? I'm single, ladies. And so I wanted to go to this. None of my friends could go.
Yeah.
But my sister's always up to go on an adventure. She's not the biggest 21 Pilots fan, but she'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
So I bought 2 tickets, could get the floor like I wanted, and we're going to Spain in 2025.
Okay.
If I were to get a girlfriend in the next 2 years and want to take this trip with her, even if she's a huge 21 Pilots fan, unless my sister insisted on her own free will, that would be so screwed up to even inquire.
Yeah.
Like, yes, the situation changed, but like you don't get to just like abandon somebody that's committed to this and like was a part of it from the start.
Correct.
Like, my excitement has been brought up. I'm ready to be a part of this. I got a scenario for you. I'm going to flip it. Different one. Is this person the asshole? Theo Vaughn. Theo Vaughn's been traveling a lot more now.
Yeah.
His tour has really popped off. But I would say about 2-3 years ago, he was not touring. He was touring a lot, but he was not coming anywhere near Ohio. That was incredibly annoying.
Okay.
So, before he opened up this big recent tour, there was nothing for Ohio. Couldn't really get anything. I'm sitting there one day. This is a year or 2 ago.
Okay.
I'm sitting there listening to his podcast. It's like 5 a.m. I'm trying to edit the podcast before I go to work, and I'm doing some things. And I'm listening to him in the background, and he opens up a show with, all right, I got some new dates. I opened up, we sold out Toronto, and we're adding some to Toronto. Now, me and my dad have this thing where we are trying to go to every baseball stadium.
Okay.
And he's been wanting to go to Toronto for a while. So he says this weekend in August, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, what are the odds the Indians are there?
Yeah.
Go to the Indians schedule. They're there that weekend in Toronto in August.
Crazy.
So I go to my dad, and I'm like, this is perfect. As soon as he wakes up and he's going off to work, I'm like, this is perfect. Indians game, we should all go. And so he wants to take the family. He invites my uncle and my aunt to join us. And we have a friend of mine that I've known for 12 years that has also gotten really close to the family.
Okay.
And has done things like this with us in the past. So we were going to get 4 tickets to go to Toronto. I
Okay.
call this buddy in the morning. I go, dude, these are selling out super quick.
Yeah.
And, like, we got to do it. This is like 3 or 4 months ahead of time commitment.
Yep.
Well, you know, I don't know if I could get off work. Well, you got to find out. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to buy a ticket unless you can. And, like, he's like, I only get so much vacation time. It's like, all right, well, do you want to use it for this?
Right.
Because, like, yeah, if something better comes up, that sucks. You guess you committed to this.
Yes.
He gets back to me like an hour later. I'm in. Me, my dad, we pull the trigger on 4 tickets.
Okay.
Like a month before the trip to Toronto. So now my parents have gotten hotels.
Yep.
We've planned out like a weekend.
Yeah.
We had some other things for the event. I mean, that's where you get a really sexy. Where else but Canada do you get a sexy gay cup like this, right? So it's a sweet cup. So we got the whole weekend planned. Like a month before the trip, we're watching UFC.
Okay.
And I got a basement full of buddies. We're playing Texas Hold'em. And Theo Vaughn pops on the TV, right? Because he goes to these things all the time. And so Theo comes on the TV, and I go, oh, it's Theo! I'm going to be seeing Theo in like 3 weeks with And goes, oh, shit, I shouldn't have said his name. It's beeped. And he goes, well, you know, I've been meaning to tell you. And then my friend across from him, who's a producer here, like someone I love and know.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, we've been meaning to tell you. I'm gonna be going now. And I'm like, wait, what? And my buddy's like, yeah, he just got a new girlfriend in Colorado, and he wants to go take trips to Colorado now, and he doesn't want to be wasting his vacations on that. So he reneges on it, makes a whole big thing, and I'm like, I beat it again. I go, dude, you can't be giving our ticket away.
Yeah.
Because this is a trip with the family. Like, you can't just give it to any, like, no offense to you, Brian.
Right.
Beat that out too. No offense to you, but like, I love you, but this isn't my trip. This is
Right.
kind of a whole family trip.
Yeah.
And they kind of put this whole thing together, and you can't just give it to anybody. Like,
Right.
we kind of have to have some say in this, especially if we're going to, I don't know, another country. So, that all being said, made it out to be like, you know, I was making it out to be something that it wasn't, and totally glossed over. We absorbed the cost of the ticket. There was literally just a seat that sat there empty when all the dust settled. It caused a lot of fights between me and my family because I was trying to suggest a different friend to take it, and they're like, no, like at this point it's just a family trip. That was the whole point to begin with, and why do you need a friend? And then it was turning into something that, and I'm like, you created this whole scene and scenario
Right.
through some sort of like narcissism that you're still blinded to. God bless him, still love him, hang out with him, but it's like still no remorse, no like. So am I the asshole? What am I missing here? I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I feel like he's definitely the asshole. Like 100% he's the asshole. Because I feel like he at least knew, we're going to say midway through. Because if this came across 3 weeks, that's 3 weeks prior to that, he probably was already thinking of ways to not.
Yeah, right,
So-
fair.
So if he would have just confronted you on July 12th, and just been like, hey man, me and this girl, we've been together about 2 weeks now. I'm really digging the vibe. I know you really wanted this to be a family trip. How would you feel? I've got a couple scenarios for you. Don't worry. I'll still cover the cost of those tickets because that was what I was.
You would
that
think
was what I
about
was
that,
there
right?
for. So like, I can either just not come. You guys enjoy it as a family, or I can suggest one of my buddies. He's a huge Indians fan, and he's never been to Canada. He's been sitting on his passport for like 4 or 5 years. Like he would. I feel like he would be a really good fit for you, man. Like brother to brother as a good family. That's how I would approach it as a man. Just yeah.
Integrity of a man. Go figure.
I don't know.
Go
But yeah,
figure.
That's just.
So I think this all circles the same drain. Giving away the Swifty ticket so quick, it's like, where do the loyalties lie? I mean,
They're gone.
I'm your husband.
Yeah.
What happened to like a romantic trip? I don't know. I love seeing my friends and I miss them, but like once you commit your life to someone else,
Yeah.
a lot of that falls by the wayside. Like your
it
trip
does.
probably should be with your significant other before your friend who became a fan a few weeks ago. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know.
You shouldn't go to Mexico with Toxic. That's what I got from that.
What happened to Mexico?
I don't know. I've never been there.
No way.
So,
Dude, you in Cancun would be
bro,
wild.
me in Arizona was stupid. So
You go to
that's just getting
Cancun,
closer.
and they have like these packages you could buy. So like the bar is downtown. It's like $100, $80 entrance fee. But if you go through like your hotel and
Yeah.
buy like a package of like 3 nights,
Okay.
you get in for like $40, $50 a night. Each night there's a different theme, like the big place. Like each night is like a more popular spot than the next. So like
Okay.
Tuesday, this place has the pool party, so you want to go to this one. Wednesday, this place has this party, you want to go to this one. But they're all in like one certain area. And the reason you pay so much is you're getting like a cup bigger than this, full of cocktail, whatever cocktail you want.
Yeah.
Unlimited. So like
Yeah.
it's like a resort, all you want, and it's a club that's just hopping. I
That's
mean,
amazing.
body shots, drinking games. The place is wild.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, you would run the town.
I would try. I would try.
Funny story from when we were in Cancun. Won a shirt from a tequila drinking contest, and I have this shirt. Me and 3 buddies are getting onto the bus to head home. The 3 of them get on before me. I'm about to step on, and I go, guys, I'm going to meet you back at the hotel, and just start running towards the hotel. Now, it's like a 20-minute drive.
Okay.
15, 20-minute drive. So it took me like 2.5 hours of like run walking, drunk run walking the whole way back. And the whole time I'm just running with this shirt and I'm throwing it over my shoulder. Whoosh, and I come like tanking behind these 2 white girls. And I'm just, and they hear me coming up behind them and they're like, and the one just scatters into this golf course beside them, and the other girl like goes to run, and then she's like, it's just a white guy. You're fine. It's just a white guy. And I laughed so hard. Like, first at the fact that this chick just booked it, but just by that comment, like, stand down.
Stand down, Clarice. It's just a wee white boy. Oh, pish posh.
Pish posh, pish posh. Checking in, the Cavs are getting crushed.
And I'm thirsty.
That's what I was going to say to you. Which one do you want? What do you want? You want a beatbox? Do you want a Jackie D?
I think we should do a shot.
Oh, yeah. We got to crack a fresh Sazerac for my boy who's never tried it.
I've never tried. I have tried a lot of bourbons. I've got, I think I'm up to like 300-esque bottles behind my bar.
So I'm not the biggest of drinkers, especially beer, but I gotta say I love bourbon. Love bourbon. And if there's a favorite I have, it is wholeheartedly the Weller Black, the 89
Yeah,
barrel.
I mean, that is a good one.
The Weller Foolproof is technically a bit more expensive, and the higher tiered one.
Yeah.
But the black has become more expensive because it's harder to find. And truthfully, I do think it's smoother. My uncle prefers this one, who's a bit of a savant himself.
Okay.
But at the same time, I think he only picks it because it's the more expensive one.
Yeah. So I actually have a video on my social media that kind of disrespects all of Weller.
Oh?
So I was over at my buddy Brett's house, and he has everything, all the way up until the white label. Yeah.
Woo!
So I took
That's extra special.
it's like 5 different ones. I think like the lowest one was the black bottle, and I went like up, 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 up. I mixed them all in a solo cup, added fruit
No
punch,
way.
and drank it.
not fruit punch.
I did the most
See, this is what- yeah,
disrespectful.
that's what I'm saying,
I did the most
dude.
disrespectful white boy shit that I could to that bourbon because I didn't have any Coca-Cola.
Ugh, it would have been even worse. Oh, you're killing me. I mean, there's this guy on TikTok that has like a barrel that just mixes every possible bourbon you could have, and that looks good. It seems interesting,
That
but
smells sweet.
to add fruit punch, you are a sacrilegious, evil person.
I just smelled the mic.
Smells sweet. I hope we got a good
I
shot
pulled
of
this
that.
over to like fucking
And you smell the mic.
like
smells sweet.
I went. Like, for those of you who missed it the first time. All right.
We gotta get in the
Nice
right
little-
headspace
yeah?
before. Yeah, take more. We got something to sip on too. We take our shot, then you got something to sip on. Because trust me, you'll enjoy this.
Is it just me or is it crooked?
It's a little
The
bit.
basin?
Yes, the inside. Yes,
The basin.
The basin.
Is that the proper terminology?
It is when you have enough bourbons.
Is it the basin if you play a bassoon with a baboon? You buffoon?
You buffoon. In maroon. All right.
I'm in black, thank you very much. Oh my God. Hold on. I wore this under it for you to see.
Uh-oh.
This is my buddy. Have you ever heard of Dram Rams?
Yes.
Got his merch on.
Hey.
We got the Fat Boy Bourbon Man.
Dunk it, baby. What a better
See his
time
belly?
than bourbon time. Oh, yeah.
I wore it on
That's like
purpose.
us. That's like us,
I just
Duncan.
had an inkling. Because I didn't know you were wearing a jersey. I didn't know we were
What-
going to
yeah,
be
what are the
drinking
odds of this?
bourbon. Do you have a teddy bear around here?
I got a Scooby-Doo.
That's a teddy.
That's right.
And is there something Super Mario Brothers in here?
That's right, strikeout.
All right, well, I got 3 of 4 because my Crocs have Super Mario gibbets on them.
Oh, yeah,
because
you have teddy
I'm
bear
a fucking
on your shorts.
adult. Yeah.
This is some big-ass Crocs.
Aw, Crocky.
Yeah, girl.
Oh wait, I realized that I've had them in
Oh,
put 'em
now
back
we're
in
going to sport mode.
Oh, I guess we got Stitch, Yoda. I'm sorry, Grogu.
Yoda.
Mario, Captain Mario, Captain Amerioko, Captain Yoko, Captain Loco. Man, we should have got 4 Loco.
Oh, my God. I mean, it would fit the Croc theme. I'm biting my tongue. I'm doing a great
Hey,
job.
you have to think this beatbox is a much better 4 Loco.
Facts.
The fun part is I'm an ambassador
Problem
for
is
both
now
of
we
them.
have to finish this bourbon to get to that other beatbox you grabbed. That's a difficult place to be.
I mean, to be fair,
To
all
be
we have
fair.
to do is drink half of the bourbon that's in front of us and then add the beatbox to it.
Oh, this guy.
remix, 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 remix. I hope you like that beatbox.
Facts. That's a clip right there for him.
Yeah, and I'm gonna
Give the man his points.
and it's gonna be on TikTok and Instagrammy, and I'm gonna tag him, and it's gonna go wow wow wow.
It did. You missed it. All right. Let's clink and go right into scenario 6.
You're missing something, sir.
Oh,
You must be sophisticated. Pinky out
pinky up. Clink 'em. Scenario 6.
and sink 'em.
Oh, you had me chug it.
So I must say, on a delicate scale, I really get the amber.
Don't you get the charred wood?
Is that chive? Because, like, I met this guy named Chive once, and, like, he was a really cool dude, but he didn't really know what bourbon was. Back to the bourbon. It kind of reminds me of when my wife burps in my face after Chardonnay. It's a very distinct flavor. I'm not sure if you would get that too. A little bit of maple for that sweet, sweet finish. And a little bit of Satan for the burn.
I can taste the Satan.
Bet you can.
Social credit.
I don't know what that
deducted.
voice was. I don't know. I went into character. It's these glasses will do something to you.
Oh, they'll do something to you.
But
Let's dive.
That is mighty fine.
What? This?
Yeah, this.
Yeah, it's a great bourbon. I do enjoy it.
I need to know what you think it tastes like.
Oh, the charred wood. Charred wood. Charred wood. Everybody loves a little bit charred wood. And stinky socks. Charred wood and stinky socks, everybody's favorite combination. That should make you hungry. Scenario 6. Dive into the comments to let us know what you believe. Am I the asshole for siding with my friend's teenage daughter over her? This one gets a tad bit spicy. So a few nights ago, I go over to hang out with one of my friends after work. It's me, her, and her 17-year-old daughter. From the moment I got there, I could tell there was some sort of tension between the two of them, but neither one of them was really mentioning anything going on. After only 20 minutes of putting up with the weird, awkward tension, I finally just ripped the Band-Aid off and asked what the hell was going on between the two of them. Mom, she's mad at me because she broke her phone and I won't replace it for her. Daughter, I didn't break my phone. My phone got broken. That's not the same thing. Mom, whichever. Daughter, no, not whichever. Those are completely different things. How would you like it if you got rear-ended at a traffic light and I went around telling everybody you wrecked your car? Me, she's not wrong. Daughter, she's acting like I did this on purpose. I've had the phone forever and it's never had so much as a scratch. Me, you have had that phone for a long time. Wasn't it like an iPhone 7? Daughter, no, it was actually an iPhone 6. I got it when I was in 5th grade. She's a senior in high school now. Me, I could probably find a decent phone online for a good price if you want to look for it. Daughter, I shouldn't have to look for a new phone. Her old phone is sitting upstairs doing nothing. Me, wait, that's right. Didn't you just upgrade your Samsung Galaxy S21 to a Galaxy S24? Mom, yeah. Me, was there something wrong with the S21? Daughter, no, there's nothing wrong with it. She just doesn't want me to have it for some reason. Me, what are you doing with the old S21? Daughter, she's not doing anything with it. It's sitting in a drawer in her bedroom collecting dust, and I'm sitting down here with no phone. Mom, I'm keeping it as a backup. Me and my daughter both give her the side eye. Me and the daughter both give her the side eye. Me, really? Do you ever need your S8 again when you get the S21? Or the S5 when you get the S8? Or the S2 when you get the S5? Mom, she'd still have a phone if she took better care of it. Me, are you effing serious? She had the phone for like half of her life. It's never so much as a scratch on it before this happened. Mom, you know what? This isn't even any of your business. Daughter, I'd bet you think it was his business if he was taking your side right now. Mom, shut your mouth. Me, hey, there's no need to get nasty with her. Mom, you can shut your mouth too. Me, you could go straight. This is what's written. Me, you can go. Me, you can go fuck this straight the hell off. You pissed me off because you're being a selfish bitch and got called out for it. Yeah, needless to say, this was pretty much the end of the night and I left. So am I the asshole for siding with the daughter over her? I mean, here's the truth.
That shouldn't even be the question. She's a dick for what she said at the end. You know what? I'm gonna peel your muffin cap back blue. You no good motherfucker.
I gotta tell you, dude, I put myself in the shoes of like, come on, let's be real. You're never touching that old phone. It's good to have a backup, but maybe when you need the backup, take it back from your daughter if you gotta be that selfish. But at the end of the day, you could probably just get a new phone. Are you ever going to go back to an old phone like that?
How old's the daughter? This never gets brought up. All it talks about is...
She's a senior. She's a senior in high school. She's had the iPhone 7 since 8th grade. So again, she's had it for like 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
And the truth is...
So what doesn't make sense to the... I work at AT&T.
Okay.
So this is what isn't mathing for me.
Do the trade
So
in.
if she had an iPhone 7,
That's cracked.
she would have had an iPhone 7 for
4 to 5 years.
7 years.
No. She probably bought it
Before-
from her mom or bought a refurbished one or an old one.
But I'm saying but if mom has a 24, 24s came out 3 months ago.
Right, and she's got now a 21. Sure, it's
Which
sitting in
makes
the
sense in the
drawer,
3 years. That
which is
makes
a
sense.
good phone still.
But she would have had to trade that 21 in to get the 24.
She could have, or
Okay.
she could have paid more
Yeah.
for her phone.
No, yeah.
It, like
Or she
I've
could have
done
bought it
that.
straight from
Where
Samsung.
when
Yeah.
I walk into Best Buy or I got AT&T, and they go, "We're only giving you so much."
Yeah.
It's so little anymore that I go, pound rocks.
Yeah.
This is a $1,500 phone. I'm gonna keep the phone in the off chance I break it and need one.
Yeah.
Versus, because in that chance where I need something to hold. So let me tell you a story. I go to Austin, Texas for my buddy's bachelor party.
Okay.
I had an iPhone 14 for 11 months, 10 months.
Yeah.
And I paid it all up front because, man, wouldn't that have sucked if I still had payments on a phone that I didn't have anymore. I paid it all up front.
Mm-hmm.
We rent a boat on the last day, so I made it the whole trip. Bachelor party in Austin. Great time, no problems, nothing.
Yeah.
Last day, we're on a pontoon on the lake with all the people. It's this giant water party. Spend the whole day, no problems. We start heading back. We're getting to the dock, and I have my phone. So my phone has been away. Like I don't want it anywhere near a risky situation.
Yeah.
And everybody, now we're docking. We're heading towards the dock, and everybody's like shuffling things around. They're like, hey, grab this, pass that, do this. And somebody was like, hey, Gurgat, scan his QR code and tip him for us. So I get tasked with having to do this. Like, do that. Pull my phone out like this. We hit the dock. Ba-boomf. And my phone just floop right over the side. And we all just look at each other like,
Fuck.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
There's no censoring that. That's like a whole.
Yeah.
Like there's
$1,400.
No
right
other
down
words
there.
can even like come out at that
$1,100
point. You're like,
was the 14. So $1,100 right to the bottom. Didn't get my money's worth. At least I paid for it. Thank the God above. My iPhone X, still old, right? That one I've had for 5-6 years, longer. That I could still at least hold me over. And to me, I was like, let's get through the end of the year, and I'll buy a new one for $1,500 now. So it's like these things are like a car payment. These are legit devices. You can't just throw money away.
Yeah.
So I see the situation where, yeah, we'll give you $400 off your $1,500 phone. And you're like, pound rocks, because if I lose this phone, I got to pay $700 for a shitty phone, and I got no benefit
why
from
you gotta-
giving it to you.
that's why you got to buy protection, my guy.
Oh, that's it. That's the big
Well, no,
seller.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna use your story in customers' homes and say that it happened to me.
There you go, and be like, now
There's been a few other ones where like I'll give like actual scenarios to people of like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I have walked from someone's kitchen of them signing the paperwork of this new. Oh, I go not door to door, but I assist the techs and I sell cell phones. So it makes sense why I'm in people's houses.
does it, or are you looking for the guy's headphones and ladies'
Dun,
knickers?
dun, dun. The world will never know. So, like, after you sign your paperwork, second that you've hit checkout, if you didn't put protection on that plan, I can do 0 for you. This person then did this. Was like, have a great day. That's the phone down there. Shattered.
Oh,
And they were like, can I add the protection? Can I add the protection? I was like, no. I asked you 4 times. 4 times. I was like, keep it on for the first 6 months while your phone is,
new.
still new. And like, before you go put a screen protector or a case, like this phone is here. Like I put it in, just left it in your box for you. Yeah. Nope. I explained that to everybody. If you're getting a new phone, I'm putting protection on it. You can take it off if you don't want it. I'm putting it on there for you. Cause like, I'm sorry, these new fucking the Flip 5, a $1,900 phone. because it's 2 phones and it has the most breaks and malfunctions and like it's a bendable screen.
You're paying the most for the most fragile phone.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So-
Where were we at with that and why?
The mom and her daughter's phone. Okay.
Yes.
So I want to parse one thing apart. And this is what I don't like about this story. I didn't break my phone. My phone got broken. That's not the same thing. Mom says whichever. Like she dismisses it. Okay, so it's safe to assume that it wasn't her fault. What I don't like about this whole damn story, not a single thing acknowledges how she broke the phone. Now, I guess the person is just trying to say, like, this is how far the dialogue got. She blew up before and degraded me before we even got to even what happened with the phone. So let's agree, like, if mom was like, she was at a pool party, and mom, it wasn't my fault. Johnny slapped it out of my hand and it broke. It's like, yeah, no, you were being reckless, like, whatever. But if it's like an actual freak accident, like, you know, mom, I left it on top of the car, you pulled out, and now my car's jacked up, or my phone's jacked up. Like, that's not my fault.
I feel like if mom did it, then mom would have already replaced the phone.
Right. But I'm trying to come up with scenarios that, like, what I don't like about this story is it forces you to assume it's not her fault, it just broke. But it in no way alludes to how it actually broke. That's a big piece to how I evaluate
It
this.
is, because, like, I've broke my phone, honestly, probably only like 2 times ever. But fucking, there was one time that I was literally getting out of my car. And I now forever will, if I put my phone in, it goes in this way. Because I was getting out of my car, and it was in this, like, left pocket, and I went to close the door, and I closed the door on my screen.
Oh!
Now, if I would have closed this way, I'd protect that. Pierce straight through my phone. Like,
I've dropped the phone, but
Yeah.
then I've also lived a scenario where 11th grade maybe,
okay.
I have like an iPhone 4 in
Okay.
my back pocket. I go to sit in the chair. Now I want you to picture like a grade school seat pad for any type of desk or chair.
Like
it's
the,
like a
the plastic
molded,
one that has
yes,
the...
it's got like a mold for your ass shape,
Yeah,
right?
right, where
So
your
there's
phone
like a
would just-
crease. And so because it was rounded,
Yeah.
the flat phone being in the rounded piece, my butt pushed it in the rounded space, crack,
Yeah.
and the screen just spider shattered,
Yeah.
spider web shattered.
The whole phone probably shattered.
Yes,
Yeah.
totally. Is that my fault? Nah.
That's
Mom
your
says
fault.
yes, but like,
I would say that one's your
Come
fault,
on.
because don't be an idiot. Don't put your phone in your back pocket, you jabron.
but see, this was what's weird.
I don't put my
Like,
wallet in my back pocket
in
either, though.
2011, the phone game in schools were so different. Like kids
Yeah,
now
we
are
wore
allowed.
clips.
Dude, no, we weren't even allowed to have them. I'll tell you a story to enforce why it had to be hidden and like slow in a back pocket. Had to be more discreet. Public school in Ohio.
Yeah.
I have the first iPhone. iPhone 1
Okay.
comes out when I'm in 8th grade. My dad surprises me by putting it on the ladder to my bunk bed and calling it to wake me up for like school that day or something for my
Yeah, yeah,
birthday.
yeah.
Like it came out in October, like it was all perfectly timed.
Okay.
iPhone 1 I get for my birthday. I take that thing to school. You're not allowed to have phones in school, and you're definitely not like you can have them in your locker, but
Yeah.
you can't have them on you. So I have jeans on, and you can see
The
through
phone
the
print.
pant leg
The phone print, yeah.
the phone print.
Yeah.
The teacher, Mr. McCrotch, who was across the hall from my English teacher,
Okay.
he stops me and he goes, "Hey, that's a phone in your pocket." And I'm like, "No, it's not." And he goes, "Yes, it is. I know it is." And I go, "It's not. Why are you even looking there, dude?" Like, and he goes, "Empty your pockets." And I go, "No." And he goes, "You have to." And he starts grabbing my leg and he's like, "That's a phone. That's a phone." And he's like, "You know, I'm going to report you to the principal, this whole thing. Like, just give it to me and I'll give it back to you at the end of class. You're not allowed to have it in class." So I pull it out and I give it to him. And he goes, ooh, the new iPhone. Oh, my goodness. So I go into English class. I then leave class, spend the whole class like, motherfucker.
Right.
So then I leave class to go to his classroom to find none of the kids have left the room yet. They're all sitting in their seats looking at the board because he's going through my phone. This is before a pass lock. Like, this dude was just reading my phone, text messages, showing them. Like, dude, the iPhone was the first smartphone. It was such a marvel that he's like going through the apps and showing them like the beer thing. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And he goes, hey, there's something like messed up with your phone. We were trying to listen to your music. And like, does this thing take any type of headphone jack? Like what kind? And I go, yeah, it takes your basic auxiliary plug. And he pulls me over and he shows me one of the giant jack.
Yeah.
Like, and he goes, for some reason, it's not working when I, and just like shoves it in there. And I'm like, oh my God. He wouldn't give me my phone. He goes, you will get it at the end of the day. Come see me. So now I go the rest of the school day, go back to his classroom, rush all the way from the other side of school to get to his classroom to get my phone. To come to find out, he looks at me and he goes, hey, you're friends with Will so-and-so, right? And I go, yeah. He goes, yeah, well, I know that you're friends with him, so I gave him your phone because I didn't know if you were going to come back or not. And it's like, you didn't think I was going to come back or not. Of course, my mom raised absolute hell. Like, what are you doing giving this to somebody else?
Yeah.
Like, it became a whole thing. But I bring this scenario up because, okay, in a scenario like that, yes, I can predict you would have seen it, but I wanted to paint the picture for you that, like, this was the environment of the public school I came from, where, like, they're patting down my pocket. Some dude is grabbing, like, a 13-year-old's 14-year-old's pocket to be like, that's an iPhone, and then goes and plays with, so, like,
Right.
I've never kept an iPhone or any type of phone in a back pocket.
Well, yeah.
Especially ever since I had a big life lesson.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was like, that was only a school thing.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, hide it, my shirt would cover it.
Yeah.
But you're right. Why would you ever do that? But it's also like, it's the only way to have it in school. But that's why kids, you don't have them in school.
Haven't you played Assassin's Creed? They always pick back at the back. Come on now.
That's so true. That's so true.
But it's funny. I can't put anything in my back pocket. Like, say I have like a lighter, a phone, wallet, and keys. They're all in my front two pockets.
I could agree. Well, your wallet?
Yep. It goes in the front right.
That's brilliant because I don't know if you realize this, but men actually have crooked spines from spending their whole life with a wallet in their back pocket. It actually has your spine cocked in such a way that, like, you've always had like half an inch to an inch pushing you. You don't even realize it.
It makes sense. It does make sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's wild. We need to get to scenario 7. I hope you guys are keeping along and keeping into the comments to let us know as you're judging society and
It's
people.
changed a lot.
What do you think?
It was better when you first poured it.
I could imagine. Now that we're sitting on it. This one makes my blood boil. Are we diving in now? You want to start with it? Is it time?
Lemon.
Pink lemonade.
All right. Do you want to mix it with the bourbon? You want to shoot the bourbon?
Question answered. You got to remember, toxic mixes. I'm a purist. I want to judge things for what they are. But that's how he finds the best concoctions as well. I got to give him that. Hey, at least this one, the color's a tad bit more satisfying.
Here's your pink. This is one of my favorite ones. So they also have another can art. So they had the original can art. Of course I will. But I'm going to drink it by itself. Drink that, so I didn't want to oversaturate it.
Saturate it.
I didn't want to oversaturate it, but I'm sorry. So there's been 3 different box designs for these. So there was the original pink lemonade. I want to say it was pink with just like some white or whatever. Then they did the Avril, and it was black with pink.
Okay.
And now they have rebranded all of them to match to make them like this. This is appealing. Like look up on Google, look up Beatbox like original, and you'll see what I'm talking about with like the boxes were still cool. Yeah. So like,
Yeah, I remember you having those on your show too.
Yeah,
They were like a boombox.
so those ones on the left,
Right.
top left, that is their original packaging, and you saw them today at the store.
Yes.
So you know what I'm talking about, how they're now like more appealing.
Yes, with these get a little bit of like art texture.
Yeah.
I love that. And the flavor came with it, I'm assuming. It only enhanced.
I mean, can you tell it's 11.1? It's literally like,
That's so true. No.
you can tell a Four Loko is 14. You can tell a Buzz Ball is 15. You can tell a Big Six.
Sazerac's about a 60%.
No, I couldn't. Ooh. All right, try it.
Cheers. Cheers
Cheers.
to the gang.
Gang, gang.
Oh man, that's
Now
so
try
this
it.
is
Try it tainted.
this is so dangerous. Honestly, so much more dangerous than the hard tea.
But think about it. Who drinks warm tea? Oh, that was a dumb.
Dude, you can't even taste the bourbon in that.
Yeah.
Okay, so pink
I do a
lemonade
lot
so far
of
is the
mixes.
best.
I do a lot of mixes with these. The green apple is phenomenal.
I was gonna say, to catch all the different flavors, new flavors coming out literally this week.
It's
You gotta head to Toxic Shock. Tell them where to find you.
yeah, at the Toxic Show. Pretty much, if you type
Damn,
that
I
in,
totally fucked that
there's
up.
like one that has an underscore, one that has 2 underscores, one that just says the Toxic Show. But
Wait, do you have multiple TikToks?
no, so there's TikTok, but like Instagram is
Right,
like
okay.
an extra dash. No, I might have YouTube too, but I don't do any long form. I just do all short form. But like when I do things like this, it takes me back to when I used to have a podcast, like when we first started talking fucking 95 years ago. But what the fuck were we talking about? Beatboxes.
Beatbox has come a long way, just
Yeah.
like us.
So
The
Walmart.
Toxic Show.
Walmart should have the exclusive 6-pack for the 4th of July with the red, white, and blue.
And you're gonna be debuting it for us pretty soon, right?
They already debuted it. I'm late to the game. I didn't get my PR pack before everyone. Like they announce the things and then send a PR pack, and yeah.
Well, but still, you're gonna.
But
be
I'm
trying
still
it
gonna
for the
mix them with the
people.
craziest things.
That's the Toxic Show.
Indubitably.
That's right. That's right. All right, man. I gotta test your skills. This one boils my blood, admittedly. Scenario 7. Be sure to jump into the comments. Am I the asshole for reclining my plane seat?
Yes.
Fuck you, dude.
No, I literally was at a customer's house the other day, and he was like, I go to Disney 3 times a year. He was like, and I can afford to buy a first class seat. He was like, I sit there because I can spread out. I don't have to worry about someone else leaning back on me. I don't have to worry about disrespecting somebody by leaning back.
You're not disrespecting somebody with what is given to your space.
There's not enough room for them to lean back in any
That's not
scenario
true.
of me being 6'4".
That's so not true.
If
So not
the
true.
second you lean your seat back, you hit my knees.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
That's a you problem. Afford first class, big dog.
You would Ford first class 2-seater.
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
No. No. One of us is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
One of us is taking advantage of what the allotted property and real estate that was given to me. That's my real estate. That air in front of you ain't your air. It's mine to take whenever I want. Oh, we are diving into this. All right. So
Bro.
this is really going to need you in the comments.
Yeah.
Because
I can't even
think we
fit in some
finally
people's fucking cars.
Oh, wait, we got to first hit the scenario.
But I can't even fit in people's
Listen,
cars.
dude, I will debate you. I am ready
Hold on.
for this.
I have
but
the-
it's up
hold
to
on.
you to decide.
Write this down. I have the next debate to follow this. Are
You
you,
have a pad of pen too.
Fuck that. Are you an asshole if you move your buddy's car and you don't put the seat back? It just put me in the like.
That's a fair one. And I think you and I will find ourselves in common ground once again.
Okay.
But until then, you and I got beef. Last week, I was flying cross country for a work trip. My flights were massively delayed. I was tired and had a headache. So, as most would do, I think, I reclined my seat once I was able to, with the hope of catching a few minutes of Z's. Immediately, the person behind me tapped me on the side of my headrest, loudly, and told me I was squishing their legs. I put my seat up, apologized, then reclined again, but this time very little. I was trying to avoid squishing their sensitive sissy legs, but also not sitting completely upright, which is very uncomfortable, Drake. Again, this person hit me on the headrest and told me I was causing them pain. First off, don't touch me, fool. Again, I put my seat up. Thankfully, it was a fairly short flight, but I spent the remainder of the flight really frustrated. If the person was going to be uncomfortable with someone reclining the seat that they paid for, they should have selected. You can't even throw a plane. You can't even throw a plane. You do not get to make rules about the plane, okay? Fool.
But I made the plane.
I
made it.
But I made the plane.
And there's a message in the plane for you. But it
But it
keeps
can't
trying
get
to
here.
come- It
So-
keeps trying to come to me.
Like our 9/11 friends, you get to make no rules on any planes.
I'm just having fun throwing this at you because there's a fun message in it.
I hope it gets here.
Listen here, fucker. All right. What if I throw it backwards?
Okay, it goes literally to the other side of the room.
It's yours. It's on your side of the line.
This is George Bush's nightmare. If this person was going to be uncomfortable with someone reclining the seat that they paid for, they should have selected a seat behind one that didn't recline. Drake.
Perfect seat.
Like those behind the exit row, or if finances allowed, a seat with a little more leg room. By the time we landed, I was fuming, which I would be too. Once deplaned, the young lady sitting beside the person immediately behind me came up to me and told me that the person had prosthetic legs and that it had caused them severe pain and that I didn't seem to care. She called me rude. At this point, I was so angry, I just ignored her and walked away. To me, this person already knew they had some challenges, so why didn't they book their flight accordingly? Why do I have to be uncomfortable in the seat I chose and paid for because they didn't plan properly for themselves? Kind of like a fat person that needs two seats.
So, like,
Hold on, just to finish. So, I am very tall and always have a hard time with leg room on flights. So, in advance, I plan and get seats that best accommodate me and always tell the people in front of me that they are totally fine to recline. I travel a ton and for work and have never encountered this kind of situation. Am I the asshole? What would you have done? Tall guy.
tall guy.
I leave the floor to you to present your
loser
argument.
So who's the tall guy? Is the tall guy the one pushing back, or is the tall guy the one with the
pushing
with
back
the fake legs?
is the one saying he's a tall person that has in the past had to plan accordingly due to his size.
Is that the one with the fake legs?
No, that's the person behind him.
Oh, then that
yelled
person
at him
could've-
for reclining. So now the shoe's on the other foot.
Well, no.
Drake, it's
No, 'cause-
you that wants to recline. And I'm sitting behind you, a short guy, but now I get to play the victim card because I have no legs.
You should have checked your legs.
Boom! This seems like an easy fit. Like, you don't even need the leg.
You could have just put the legs up.
Wait.
How the fuck are they in my way?
What Looney Tune world am I in? We're fighting over leg room for a guy that doesn't have legs?
You should be in the handicap room.
Wow! Like, if I could...
Motherfucker!
If I could, I would put, like, the mask eyes on me. Like, woo!
Right, like-
You're telling me the
okay.
guy with no legs needs more leg room? Let's see what Drake's been struggling to send me. Oh, lovely. It's a penis. At least the best part was it was just minutes of failures trying to deliver me the message.
Hey, I can't deliver a BBL Drizzy, just a flaccid Drake.
BBL Drizzy.
Got that BBL Drizzy.
The best is trying to strike a chord, maybe A minor.
I also love the shut your hoe ass up and make some drums, Metro. Shut your hoe ass up and make some drums, Metro.
And then Metro goes, BBL Drizzy.
Right.
BBL
And he's like,
Drizzy.
I'm gonna give out $10,000, or it was what, $100,000 and a beat for the best over this beat. He called
and
all.
he got some good ones.
Yeah.
There
Some
were
of them were a little sus and not great, but like, yeah, he got some bangers. He got some bangers for sure.
Dude, at least we were all winners in the whole thing because the music's banging. Not
Yeah.
Like Us is popping.
Yes.
I've listened to
It
that
hit number
1,000
one
times.
It
Yes.
hit number one.
I don't, now personally, do I have a bias? Yes, but I don't think one of Drake's songs came close to that. But I did love the beginning of Family Matters. The beginning of Family Matters is an incredible response to the end of Euphoria. Wrapping that subject,
100% up. Yeah. That's
We need to
a
get-
whole podcast if we were doing
Oh my God.
yeah.
Check it out. We did a Rethink Actions where we break down all of the Kendrick and Drake beef. Head over to our YouTube channel that's new and, share some laughs. We go live every Sunday at 9 a.m.
Wait, you
Shameless
already
plug.
did that?
Yeah. You got to check it out. Now, that being said, my good friend, we have to sort out this issue. Who is the asshole? The tall guy that's tired and wants to take advantage of the real estate that he paid for, according to United, Sprint, or whatever, Spirit, whatever, all of those, Delta. Did you see a Spirit plane hit like a United plane? Right? You read that title, and that's where your eyes go. Nah, they were on the ground. Just their wings hit each other, and you're like, don't do that to me. This is why no one trusts the media. Like, you're like, oh my God, I thought we had like the whole air policing down to such a calculation and nobody would ever touch each other. Yeah, they don't. They don't.
You made me rethink that.
Yeah.
Shameless plug.
So are you the asshole when the guy behind you needs leg room, has no legs, is playing the victim, and truthfully, you're only taking the space that was given to you? It's not like I also walked in with a screwdriver, unhinged this thing, and then just like landed in your lap. Just like, yeah. I was given what I paid for. And I'm sorry, dude. Now I want to give my argument. The truth is, I'm a little midget compared to you. Dude, I love hanging out with you. And when we're talking, you have no idea how many times my subconscious is like, my top of my head is at his chin. That's where that's at. And so when I'm talking to you, and I'm telling you, now, yes, could I be in better shape? Sure. So that would probably have an impact on this too. But when I'm sitting there, and I'm telling you, my knees can't, I'm not tall.
Yeah.
But I'm just average. 5'10" is pretty solid. I'll take that 10 times over.
No, 1,000,000%.
So sitting there, my knees hurt.
Yeah.
So like, I can't imagine what it is for you. And so when we sit here and go, man, sit your ass up. Come on, cut me a break. What I take, 1.5 inches? It's not like these things recline like your car. And we'll get back to that subject. But it's not like I'm, like I'm literally going 2 inches at most. And for a solid half hour of that trip, no matter where you're going, this being a short flight, according to the scenario, 15 minutes at least up, 15 minutes down, I'm not allowed to have my seat back. So only for the middle chunk am I allowed to, and depending on the time of day, the majority of it being 8 o'clock or on, 8 p.m. or on, like the lights go out. We're intended to sleep. That's expected. So, like if I'm tired, got a headache, this is my real estate, and I want to kick back, yeah, that sucks for you, but also they have First off, you shouldn't be pissed at me. You should be pissed at United for trying to fit in just 2 more rows to squeeze just an extra little cents out of this fruit. That's not my fault, because there was a time where all of this was comfortable and none of us were in each other's laps. I have a picture on the screen right now that China is developing planes where it's literally double-decker seats. So like every other row, 1 row climbs up a ladder. So that way they're above the row behind them. So that row, or in front of them and behind them. That way they can recline, do whatever, and they've got almost double, 3 times the space. You've got a seat's worth behind you, a seat's worth in front of you, and you've double-deckered up.
Mm-hmm.
But just like all money situations
that would
lend
be like
to,
triple the price.
then they're just going to squeeze that even tighter. So where you make more room, you're naive to believe you get it.
Right.
Where they make more room, they're going to make more seats to make more money. So that's what we're experiencing. That's why it's so tight. So if they have sat there with their marketing masters and calculated that this is the maximum amount of space they could give me, either because dude, you've got there's height privilege. There's height privilege. There's some sexy ladies you've pulled that are just simply because you're a big man.
Stop it.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Stop it.
So guess what? I sometimes don't have to duck, and sometimes I am a little bit more comfortable on a plane. They're gonna pick you over me. I guess everything in life has an up and a down.
A beat and a box.
So I'm gonna go on a
Are
limb
you
and
hate
say,
shaming me?
yeah, because I'm going on a limb and saying you're the asshole. I'm going backwards. Touch my shoulder. Touch my shoulder. And
So-
then when I go
So
back
me
again,
with fake legs, I'm the asshole.
oh yeah, dude, you don't have legs.
But
You're saying I'm in your space and your leg room, and you don't have legs.
so yes, the no leg guy is the asshole.
Facts.
But I'm the same guy with legs who's the asshole.
So if you're behind me,
I'm behind
with
you
legs,
with
tall
legs.
guy, that's a you problem.
So, hear me out.
I want to hear you.
Me
out.
being a tall guy, if I very rarely recline my seat, I also very rarely fly. When I'm flying, I bring my Nintendo DS. I pull down Switch.
Hey, I'm no nerd. I ain't doing that DS crap.
I set down the lunch table. I have my little. My little thing. It sits up. I got my little controller. I just sit there like this for 2, 3, 4 hours. Just. 4 hours. I don't recline my seat back. If I was to, I may not ask permission. But
I'm never
will-
gonna ask for permission.
But I'm gonna do one of these to see one, who's behind me. 2, because now that you have to put all your shit under your seat, I can tell when that motherfucker's kicking my shit. That's when I'm gonna put my seat back. I will put my seat back out of spite because I know if you put your seat back onto my knees, I'm gonna go. I might not say something, but I'm gonna go, that motherfucker.
Here's what I'll say. I can relate to. Now you've made me realize something. You're not going to make me a better person from this. I'm still not going to turn around.
I couldn't say anything to make you a better person, and that's why you're my friend.
Now, should I turn around when I go to recline? You've made me see the light. I will say yes. Am I going to? No. But the reason I say yes is because, truthfully, what if, like, there's a lady holding a baby? You know what I mean? And I just, like, yeah.
Fuck you, Alex.
And then I hit the dog under the seat. Oh.
All the fucking sounds a dog, cat, dog, girl makes, baby. Baby girl.
Baby girl. Oh, somebody just hit the Mile High Club. All right, so I'm seeing the light. I should turn around. But
you're not going
so
to.
stuck in my ways
Yeah.
that this is my 2 inches. I don't get a lot, but I do get 2 inches.
Wow. Everybody,
Clip that.
Please clap your hands for the birth story of Alex. And I'm not talking about him.
Oh, Dad, they're coming for you.
No, I'm saying that's going to be how you're going to have a kid.
I got 2 inches.
But I
Is it
touched
in yet?
down. Hey, we delivered. We delivered.
I don't know why the is it in yet got real deep, but
Is it in? Is it in? I think it's in. Classic McLovin.
Right.
We can agree to disagree, but we do need to bring it to scenario B, which is if you move your friend's car. Dude, what are you doing moving his seat to move his car to begin with? Now, I can see someone like you. If you got in my car, you're going to be very disappointed because I drive with the seat back as far as it can go. So you just might be disappointed with a Challenger at that point because,
I would
again,
say perfect.
Well, again, if I'm a head shorter than you, you probably need more space. Like, I'm assuming a Challenger is one of those cars that you need to get the seat literally unhinged and readjusted because I could go back further.
Okay.
And it is as far as it can go.
Okay.
So I think you'd be upset
So
just to
that's a little
begin with.
different.
Then you're going to get in my car and be like, all right, I'm going to move it back and then move it back up. And you're like, oh my God, my knees are touching the dashboard and I can't even go back. But in a scenario where there is room for you to go back.
So obviously I can't go back. I'm that car. I'm moving your car.
Right.
Or a shorter person is moving my car.
And they move it up. Yes, me.
Reason
I'm
that
moving
this
your
is-
car.
Reason this is a good scenario. So my roommate is like 5'8", 6'5", one of those.
Yes.
He's shorter than me. And like his
Really
seat
nice
is
dude.
way far up. Luckily his new car, you press a button and it just,
Goes to his space, right?
and he's good. But in my car, every single time he moves my car, because we have a single car driveway, every time he moves it, he has learned that he only has to change, even if he drives. He drove 20 minutes one day in it. All he had to do was he had to move it straight and down.
Okay.
So he let me know the other day because he was like, I moved it back, but you still got to put it down. So like, he was like, hey, I remember that I didn't press that
because
button.
even if you forgot, part of it is like, I may move it down too far, not enough. Like you really have, without that automatic piece, you really have to calibrate that.
Yeah. So like if you know where it was, like obviously if I move your car, you go, hey bro, move my car across the street. I'm not going to be mad when I wake up the next morning that I told you at 1 a.m. to go move my car.
Right.
But if you're like, if it's, man, this dude parked behind me. I'm going to move his car across the street.
Oh.
And you just leave it crunched
That's some
up.
passive aggressive shit.
But I'm not saying I had this scenario.
Oh, I know.
I'm just thinking of like things that could
Yeah,
trigger.
that's the asshole.
Because like, so think about that. All right.
Imagine doing
you
that
wake
asshole
up,
move and not moving the seat back.
and then so think of it. You wake up the next day, ready to go to work, expecting your car in the driveway. You look out the window and the driveway is empty. First thing.
Oh my God.
First thing,
Dude, where's my car?
You think you think your car is gone, or if you know you have another place that you park cars, you look there first. You look, you go, it's right there. You're cool with it. You're like, all right, I'll walk outside an extra minute and a half early, deal with traffic. And then you get across the street, you open the door, and the seat's this close to the steering wheel. And you're like, I really didn't want to go to work today anyways. And you just shut the door and go back home. Like, I've had like one part of that.
Yeah,
where like,
sure. That's just a little bit.
No, but honestly, my roommate's never actually done that. I'm sure someone has like a girl or a girlfriend or something like that. But like in that scenario, he's never done anything wrong. He's fucking godfather to my kid. Like,
God bless.
yeah.
He's such a nice
But
guy.
yeah, I forgot you got to meet him a couple times. Yeah, so it's just one of those things where I'm just like, some people don't think about it. Like, say it's not your roommate, it's your girlfriend's best friend. Like, you're not going to hold a grudge against that person, but you're going to do it to their car next time you see them. Like, I'm not going to...
In
Like,
fact,
I'm not
even going to move your car. I'm just going to unlock it, move your seat, and let it be.
But I'm never going to... That's just like toilet piss and shit.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna say anything. I'm never gonna say anything.
Piss all over your seat.
But I'm gonna put your seat all the way back and recline it back, and I'm gonna raise your steering wheel, and I'm gonna adjust your mirrors, all fucking 4 of them. And I'm going to dim your fucking lights. And I'm going to set all of your radio stations to slow jazz.
Yes.
And that's just for offense 1. No,
Next is sugar in the gas can.
No, I would definitely go in that person's car. Be like, oh, don't worry, I'll move your car. I got you. You're welcome. Yeah, fuck that car.
All right. You got to go to the comments and let us know who you think the asshole is. But the 8th and final scenario. I hope you're hitting every single one of these scenarios in the comments because we need a consensus. 8th and final scenario here. Am I the asshole for getting upset over trespassing? Interesting one. Honestly, probably not the most inflammatory one, but could provoke a more real conversation. I'm just curious. Okay. My husband, 37-year-old male, myself, 37-year-old female, and our 2 boys, 6 and 7, moved into a house for work. The previous owner was a disabled 92-year-old man. He had put up no trespassing signs, and now I know why. The sign in the back of the yard keeps disappearing, and the one in the front gets taken down or damaged. We live between the main road and a golf course. We do not have a fenced yard because our bosses own the house and said no fences. I have had multiple people walking through our yard as a shortcut. I have asked them nicely not to do it, and every time am met with, we've been cutting through this yard for years. It's fine. I was floored. I called the police station and asked them what I can do, and they said to put up more signs and start recording people after stating I'm doing so and asked them to stop walking through. After that, if they do continue, I can contact the police and they will issue a ticket. No warnings. One of the bosses and my husband think I'm overreacting and being an asshole about it because the people aren't causing damage, and I felt so gaslit. Am I in the wrong here by asking these people to go around the long way instead of cutting through my yard where our kids play? I mean, come on. Your husband and your boss are probably trying to keep you grounded in the fact that, like, are your kids playing a game of kickball and a couple of assholes are just walking through the middle of it? Probably not. They're probably cutting around your yard and you're using this, like, 6 and 7 scenario that, like, people suck so much that we use that as an excuse to actually be afraid of just innocent, regular people. Like, they mean you no harm. But I also respect the law. So what is your analysis?
I need a little more. I need to know if there's a door on that fence, if there's a gate.
No, there's no fence. So she wants to put a fence, but her bosses who own the property won't let her.
Fuck her.
That's what I'm saying. It's open grass. You're going to make me walk around an imaginary line.
No, so she doesn't own the property. She rents it.
And thank you. Throw it in the face of renters.
That is not your home. That is not your choice to make that.
Yes.
That HOA, which I don't have to deal with. I don't have that shit. But, like, that golf course owns that home. They are giving you a place to live. Find a new fucking place.
Let's just say, for the sake of her argument, it's adjacent. And it's not even, like, owned by the golf course. At the same time, you're on an insurance plan that still respects you're on a golf course. Like, there's an understanding. Whether it's owned by the golf course or not, like, come on. Change it from a golf course, because that triggers an emotions. It has a connotation. What if it's just a park? What if it's a playground? What if it's the local deli? Like, does it really matter? I want to give you a scenario, because here's the thing. I recognize the law. I appreciate that you own real estate. You are a property owner, and you have the ability to protect it.
Doesn't matter.
No trespassing signs do hold, like, concrete legality. I can use that as a fence. There is an imaginary line, which is my property. Putting up a no trespassing sign illuminates that. It makes it real, whether or not you respect it. The truth is, though, again, what are the police telling you? I cannot take a police report to the prosecutor to ticket them without anything that corroborates it. Right now, it's Citizen 1's word versus Citizen 2's word.
Yeah.
And unless you have a deer cam and corroborated evidence they really can't act upon it. So it's just moot, which also speaks to how big of a deal is this? Like, if you had a lawn gnome and the lawn gnome's cracked, and then this dude has like the red lawn gnome's paint on his shoe, then guess what? You might have a legal argument.
Right,
but you have nothing to corroborate this. My instinct is law, stand by the law. I'm going to give you a fictional story. It's not me. Not me.
So it's 100% him.
Totally someone else. Not me. But I know of a person that was like 13 once. And I just heard of this through the person. Not my story. The person tells me that there's an ice cream store in the center of town. Now, if I wanted to ride my bike to the center of town, it'd be so many miles. I'd have to go out my whole neighborhood. And where my neighborhood, this person was telling me this. They're telling me, this isn't me. I'm putting myself in their shoes. That at where their neighborhood, where my neighborhood turns out, it's so far away that it adds so many extra miles. What would be a 15-minute bike ride to the ice cream shop very quickly becomes like a 45-minute bike ride. Because guess what? There is a cul-de-sac in my friend's neighborhood that abuts another neighborhood that's like a whole road on the other side of town. So if I cut through the backyard of this person in my neighborhood into the backyard of the other person's neighborhood, I said I because I'm putting myself in my friend's shoes. If they did that, it puts them in this other neighborhood that puts them literally on the other side of town. But this person was wilding. They were a young child trying to have fun. I don't know. It's what kids did when they didn't have the internet. The person's dad wanted them to be like an upstanding citizen. Yeah. Be a nice, kind person.
Yeah.
So the person was instructed, first go to the neighbor in our neighborhood. Now, that person had a daughter in my grade that I went to school with that person.
Boom. There you go.
Right? They went to school together. Hello, Mrs. P. Could I please do this thing? Oh, my God, yes, please. Just anytime. Don't even ask. Don't even knock my door. Don't even bother my time.
Okay, yeah.
Just do it. So then I go to Old Lady Jenkins. That person goes to Old Lady Jenkins in the neighborhood that's adjacent to this.
Yes.
Old Lady Jenkins, can I please do it? Oh, my God, if you do this, this will kill my firstborn. Bites my friend's head off. Don't you dare. And you're like, oh, my God. Now I'm even more pissed. Now I need to go through your yard.
Yeah.
I need ice cream. Now I need to find reasons to get ice cream.
Yeah.
My friend told me. And I was... Dude, we would go through this lady's yard, and she'd come out cussing at us. Yabba-gabba-gabba-goo! And we'd be like, fuck, going back home is going to be a stitch. We'd get our ice cream. The whole time you're eating ice cream, the black cloud of like, we gotta cross this bitch's yard. She's gonna fucking kill us. Dude, we would pedal as fast as we could, my friend told me. And the neighbor, this lady, would be sitting on her porch waiting for us. The last thing he wanted to be was the friend in the back. Dude. She'd be chasing us. She called the police. Dude, there was a scenario one summer she built, like she had to spend the whole winter doing this. She built like a stick wall, just like sticks wedged through trees, just this whole wall.
And you used it as a
we would just
ramp.
pick our bikes over and that would have been, I should have done that. And we were just like, eat. And then, oh my God, we got through. She didn't notice us. Yeah. And then on the way back, she'd be standing in the middle of her yard. The reason I enforce the fact that it wasn't me, and just totally my friend, because what a jackass. He told me a story where when they were starting to get older and like ding-dong ditching and stuff, this lady really got the brunt of it. So part of it's like, sometimes just shut up. Like, if you just what's a tire track? What's a bike tire track? is it better to let the kids do it, and they'll probably do it less because you're not even bringing attention to it, but then very quickly you turn it into a game. Now, every summer, we're going for ice cream.
I'm going to turn your grass into a rut. And there's now going to be a bike ditch. And I'm going to tell the cops that she made it for me.
You had one neighbor that was probably had the nicest yard in the neighborhood. And she's like, don't even ask me. Like, literally, don't even bother me with this. Go. And the other lady made it a mission.
Yes.
And she obsessed over it.
So, yeah. So Lady One was very pleased that
the kids are being kids.
And they asked permission.
Bet. Yep.
Now, Lady McCracken, if they would have asked permission and she'd been like, you know what? Can you at least walk your bikes across my yard so it doesn't leave a tire track? Yes, Miss McCracken, we will remember almost every time.
Dude,
but you would have.
That's what we said to her.
But you fucking would have.
Can I tell you something?
Like,
because we respected the scenario so much, my friend told me, they would walk the bike.
Yeah.
They'd get off and walk it. Guess what put us on the bike to tear up your yard?
You yelling at us
and
with
chasing
a
us.
spoon.
I'm walking it until you come out the yard going, yeah. And then I
it's what my friend told me.
That's what my friend told me.
It's not me. I wasn't there.
I quote.
End quote. End quote. You don't hold me against what I said. I was drinking.
So, ma'am, self-reflect. Your husband and your boss are in unison telling you you're kind of the asshole. Like,
is this vodka or water?
It's both. I had a friend that drank the most in our fraternity.
And then
he dumped out half a gallon of water, filled the other half with gin. And he goes, this works great because I'm hydrating myself just as much as I'm drinking myself. And you're like, that's math.
I did that same as when I make Blue Drank.
Blue Drank, tell me more.
From
Always Sunny.
Walmart. No.
What?
You get the Walmart Blue Drank, the gallon.
Yeah.
You drink 3/4
Brother, you're not telling me battery acid Blue Drank. You're making synonymous with water.
That's Drizzy Drank.
It's Drizzy Drank.
But what's the difference? Hold on. No.
It's not water.
Well, neither is juice.
But what? Exactly. Juice is water with syrup.
Okay.
That's a big difference than just water with no syrup.
That just means that he wasn't a bitch and he didn't care about the taste.
Exactly. That puts even more hair on your chest.
That's like putting a fucking Mio in that bitch when they made fucking Ooga Booga drink or whatever the fuck
remember that?
is.
The Mio days?
Yeah.
Oh, that was
I still do the Mio days. I remember the fucking Parrot Bay fucking, bro, I would have been 17, had Parrot Bay. I never underage drank and drive. Don't hold that against me. So this guy would go. So, fuck it. I don't give a fuck. We would go Twilight bowling. You know, with the black lights, not the glitter, you fuck.
I thought he was bowling in June.
I do have a Team Jacob tattoo.
The real inquiry here, my friend, is
what?
Who is the problem? The trespassers or the bitch that just won't let people walk to the golf course?
Well,
Scenario 7, go to the comments.
I shall say, with me being both of the entrepreneurs in the walketh and the walkie, I would just not be such a f***ing If you...
I'm so sorry, YouTube gods. Please forgive us.
YouTube don't care. You can smoke a blunt on that shit. Anyways, you bitch. You should have... Yeah, I'm using the mic now.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. This chair is squeaky. Sorry for that. We got special mics. So, anyways, for you being that lady bitch that could have just said, hey, I really like my lawn. Can you just walk your bikes across it? Lady bitch, you deserve 17 years of bad luck, and I hope my kids piss on your fucking petunias. You no good hood ass bitch.
I want to double down on. They don't even have bikes, dude. They got a giant golf bag. Like, ma'am, like a golf caddy.
We're over here talking about
I just want to walk. I
Okay.
just want to walk.
Okay, I get it. Sorry.
The lady
I
with
went
petunias?
right to bikes.
The bike scenario,
Yeah.
she's already buried.
Yeah.
We
No,
filled her
fuck-
mailbox
fuck-
full of shaving cream.
Fuck her. And
said
fuck
my
this,
friend.
Fuck this bitch. I'm going to drive my golf cart across there. You old haggard ass bitch. Don't move onto a golf cart so you don't want to get golfed on.
Exactly. For real.
Bro, I'm not going to lie. I thought the way that this story was going, the whole damn time you were talking about it, you were going to be like, listen, she's in the range of the first hole.
Okay.
So they're gathering balls out of her backyard. That, trespassing.
And what are your thoughts on that? Because you're not as much of a golfer as I would be. So I'm curious.
But if you know that happens, and in that scenario,
Exactly.
you know balls are hitting your walls, then you can ask your golf director, hey
Put
man,
up a net.
can I set something up and you pay for a walkway and I will put the balls there.
There you go.
Crisis averted. Management pays. They will front the $500 to not hear your dumbass mouth. You got me passionate.
Picturing a scenario where people are driving their ball into your yard. All right, you're like you have alluded to earlier. You're already in a golf course neighborhood.
Yeah.
That's the instinct to what you signed up for. Now, in
Correct.
this scenario, it's owned by my boss, and I had to move in this area because of my job. Okay, well, I still got to believe the town is big enough for you to find somewhere else, but you found a more advantageous living situation because it's accompanied with your job. So, upon reflection, was the kid that fills an old lady's mailbox full of shaving cream not a nice guy? Probably. But also, how much of this did you actually call upon yourself, right? Like, at some point, if you
Right.
just let the people do what the people do, like, here's where you've got an argument. There's some menace of the neighborhood, and he's drudging through your backyard, and he's kicking sticks and making a mess.
Bake him a
But
fucking cake.
when a couple of straight-edge kids come to your front door, and they go, ma'am, can we please get ice cream through your yard?
That's not straight edge.
Truthfully?
That's not straight edge.
No, it's
that
not
is
straight
Mormon.
edge because when you say it's Mormon,
Do you believe in the Lord Savior Jesus Christ?
it's straight edge insofar as
Yeah,
you say
no,
yes.
100%.
The second
Yeah.
you say no, all hell breaks loose. But like again, who's the asshole? Maybe that kid took it a little far. Shame
Yeah.
on you. Grow
Yeah.
up and be a mature adult. But at the same time, if you never said a word, if you didn't make stick fences and yell
You
at them
wouldn't have
every
dealt
time,
with it.
they would have walked
You
right
wouldn't have
through
to
without
cut
a
the
second
karate
guess.
slay him on them fucking sticks, bitch.
BBL
This is where we're at.
Scooby. Got that BBL Scooby. BBL Scooby. Got that BBL Scooby.
All right. Clearly, don't be the asshole. We've broke down a lot. We got to start landing this plane. But I want to rapid fire. Just totally, we need to change rhythms. Ooh, that's a way to end it. A good way to bring us to a close is dissecting. I got a slew of questions.
All right.
I'm going to rapid fire them. Just want to get your responses. If poison expires, is it more poisonous or is it no longer poisonous?
More poisonous.
It's got to be. I disagree. If it expires, then it's no longer poison, which means it got less poisonous. There's a half-life to it. But if it got more poisonous, then it didn't expire. It just got more potent. It got even better. It fermented like a wine.
Then why do bourbons have born on dates? Wait, born on not expiration. You're
Right,
right.
because
No,
it
you're right. No,
ferments.
no. Yeah, it's different. Yeah. So I guess it's if it had a born on date and you looked up how long till it expires, but if it has an expiration date, then yes.
Don't
it
even try
would
to
get-
follow that mental math.
No, yes. The
No,
the toxic waste would get less toxic of its toxicity because of the expiration of the toxic waste.
That maths to me. I got to ask you, because this is my favorite on this list.
All right.
Which letter is silent in the word scent?
C.
No. S-C-E-N-T. Scent.
Scent?
Is it the S or is it the C?
It's the C, you fuck.
How do you spell scent like the change?
C-E-N-T.
The C. So how do you know it's not the S that's silent? Because scent itself
Is scent.
with a C.
But it's spelled
But when it's
different when you
S-C-E-N-T,
emphasize it.
You got it. I'm thinking the S is silent because scent is sent with or without the S. But it should be
But
Kent.
how do you...
It should be Kent, right?
But how do you say scent? S-E-N-T.
Scent.
The
The
C is...
same as change, scent.
The C is silent.
No. When there is no S, scent sounds the same as when there is an N.
Okay.
There is an S, scent. So the S is silent because in this configuration, the C always makes the S. The S only makes it a different word.
Correct. No, but I was trying to put every fucking scenario together, and then I was like, oh yeah, S-E-N-T. It goes ent. And I was like, but there's no fucking C. And then I went, you're right. That's what all that fucking mental math did. Got me to like, what the fuck? Hold on.
All right, no, I got another one for you. Oh yeah, let's do it. We got to ground ourselves. We're getting a little tipsy.
No, sorry what you're saying.
Two twins.
Shut your ass up.
You ready?
And eat some Cheetos, mother.
Oh my God, what is this writing?
All right, so it's like Japanese
Is this Chinese or Japanese?
I don't think it matters. All right, so mine looks like I think we have a roasted chicken leg. We've got some
Oh yeah.
like some chives maybe.
This is the most ramen thing of Cheetos. You've got chicken or beef.
And apparently Cheetos in this language is called corn cob.
This is the American Democrat
these might
system
be-
in Cheeto form.
honestly, I think these
chicken
are-
or beef, it's all the same
Honestly, I
shit.
think these are Korean.
Even better.
Does it
So
say?
we got this
No
from a grocery
product of
store.
China. No, I got these from TikTok, motherfucker. I got them shit
Ni
for
hao,
free.
jilashu.
I got them for free because that's who I am.
Because you're a badass content creator.
So yours is ribeye, and mine is chicken leg.
I'm going to go with the filet mignon. Are we trying both?
Yeah.
Oh,
I brought them for a reason.
All right.
I need you to know what these delicious
We're
chips-
eating ramen Cheetos.
Yeah. I need to know the
You're first.
First we need the open bag sniff.
Dude, this smells like ramen.
Yeah. But does it smell like beef ramen?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mine smells like chicken ramen. Imagine that.
Dude,
Yeah.
yours smells
How
so
excited?
much better.
How excited are you though?
Dude,
all right.
this smells like a meal.
Just grab one.
Dink it.
Try it.
This tastes nothing like beef, but it tastes like such a yummy Frito.
These taste like chicken.
That tastes way more like ramen than that does. Your chicken one tastes like a sweet ramen. This tastes like a funky Funyun.
Correct. I haven't had these. I haven't had them yet. I
love this.
I brought them from my collection.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing with the gang.
Yeah.
I have to try
Choose
another
which one you want. You can. The rest of that bag is yours. Whichever one you choose.
I'm Team Red.
All right. I'm Team Blue.
Admittedly, though, they're both very good.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Of course. I can show you. It's from a TikTok shop, Go Sonic.
Okay.
I spent $15. I got 2 bags of each of these. I got 2 exotic white peach Coca-Colas.
Ooh, what do you think of that?
Way better than the peach Pepsi
Pepsis.
that just came out.
Really?
Way better. And then I got a exclusive watermelon Fanta. Oh my god. Do you say Fanta or Fanta?
Wanna Fanta? Don't you wanna Fanta?
Cool. I can stay here for a couple more minutes then. But yeah. And I got like some like ready to eat ramens. You ever seen those?
No.
You don't add water. You just open the bag and eat it.
What?
It's a motherfucking snack.
How are they moist?
They're not.
Dude, just crunching like, dude, eat your Funyuns. I mean, ramen.
It's literally called ready ramen. It's like the shit you put on fucking salads. It just tastes good.
So it's like fried.
Yeah.
So it's like softer, crispier. Yeah. I can get behind that. Yeah. Dude, did
Should
you
have brought
know?
one. I was trying to be cool.
I'm going to say
it.
this to you, and you're going to go, well, yeah, it checks out. Listen to what you just said. But at the same time, I promise you didn't think of this. Did you know Rice Krispie Treats is just rice deep fried?
Yeah.
Okay, dude, you didn't have to belittle me that much. I'm just saying, I
Did
saw
you
a
know-
TikTok of
Hey,
folks throwing
hey.
a cup of rice in a fryer and just
Did you know that Lucky Charms is dehydrated marshmallows?
dude, you had to do me like
And
that.
if you put them in the microwave, they grow to the real size?
Now you're fucking with me.
Swear.
Somebody has to try this.
Rethink that, motherfucker. I saw it on TikTok.
So, we got distracted with our Asian chips. But do twins ever realize that one of them was unplanned? Why is the letter W in English called W when it should be called double V?
Should be called upside down M.
Also true.
Like, think about it. Nintendo caught onto it. Mario Wario.
Yeah. Wombo.
me, Mario. It's a me, Wario. Because I'm upside down.
What is it? Wombo.
Waluigi.
No. What's the SpongeBob thing? I said it for Wombo or Micro or something.
I don't remember, but
I
yes.
said for Wombo. Maybe oxygen is slowly killing you, and it only just takes about 75 to 100 years for it to fully work. I mean, we're carbon-based animals. Did you ever think about the fact that every time you clean something, you just make something else dirty? Like even if it's a trash bag, you just made the trash bag dirty. The word swims upside down is still swims.
So is Taco Cat backwards.
Well, not upside down. I could take swims and flip it. Still says swims. 100 years ago, everyone owned a horse and only the rich had cars. Today, everyone has cars and only the rich has horses.
Because they invested and they bought land. Like, that one makes sense. That's more of like a, like.
I agree. If you replace W with T in what, where, and when, you get the answer to each. What, that. Where, there. When, then. I got 6 things for you that just still aren't resolved. At a movie theater, which armrest is yours?
The left one.
And what makes you come up with the left versus the right? Besides
there's-
being a liberal.
Because there's normally no armrest to the right. In that last chair.
Unless you're at the...
No, in the last chair.
What?
Isn't it just wall?
No. You got an aisle on both sides.
Right. Oh, sorry. So the right one is yours.
Why? They're both yours. Fight me for it.
Don't lean your fucking chair back in the airport, bitches.
Drake's going to have his feet kicked up on the back of your chair. If people evolved from monkeys, why are monkeys still around?
Nah, think about it. Because we reproduce, so did monkeys, so it never disappeared.
I guess that's fair. If it's
Because
genetic evolution.
you can't evolve from something that hasn't evolved into it. So if the monkeys kept fucking, they stayed as monkeys. It's the monkeys that evolved to fuck more that created the next evolution. But there's still them little monkey fuckers at the bottom fucking monkeys.
I got one for you. Who knew what time it was when the first clock was made?
They didn't.
I mean,
They
there
made
was
it
a
up.
sundial. Yeah, that's true. Facts. Boom, he wins. That's the real answer. That's the real answer. Like, really, it just took creation. Like, just, it started, and then
took
from
one
there on, it
person.
was tradition.
It took one person to have an idea.
Do you ever wonder why the word funeral starts with fun?
Because it's a fun time to be there and you gather with your friends and family. And it's
It's
a
just
time
so
to-
fun that we lost Granny. How come lipstick doesn't do what it says? Doesn't stick to the lips.
Because you're poor.
You need that Kim K special. How do you get off of a nonstop flight? Why are goods sent by ship called cargo and those sent by truck are shipment? Why do we put cups in the dishwasher and dishes in the cupboard? Why is it called rush hour when traffic moves at its slowest then? Because we're all in a rush. That's an easy one. How come noses run and feet smell?
Because
Noses
it's-
run,
Yeah.
feet smell.
Because it's the opposite. So that's why it's a oxymoron and a contradiction. Because it's doing what it isn't supposed to do.
I like that. I can be satisfied with that. Why are you vacating when you go on a vacation?
You're not.
No, wait. Sorry. What? What are you vacating when you go on a vacation?
Your house.
Your house. Yeah, home. What? That's a dumb one. Well, these made us think. Not only did we try the goods of snacks across the world, we really made a cocktail of mixtures in our lower intestine, our gut. But that always makes for a fun time.
There's still one more thing
Uh-oh.
that we have to try.
What's that?
What's that? The man does not pay attention to what the man asks for.
Uh-oh.
Finish the cup. Reach to your lowest kneecap. The man brought 2 bottles to this podcast, and he thought I would only drink one.
We do have to drink the better.
Poureth the weller.
I did the opposite. No. Well, I'm going to hook you up fat. So you tell
No,
me
not
when.
fat. Da. Yeah. Don't over pour.
That's fair. But I also want to treat you to
The
the
I'm
Creekside
gonna-
single barrel foolproof.
BBL dressing. Got that BBL dressing.
Sway this way, now sway this way. Say ho-vee-ho.
OVO.
Say ho-vee-ho.
OVO.
Now sway this way, sway this way, sway this way, sway this way.
We couldn't have ended the episode more white, and that was the goal. In an Indians jersey. Folks, thank you for joining us. I don't think we could have done a better job getting off the rails. If you made us this long, we appreciate you joining us. I hope you were helping us judge and come to the truth. We need to determine who's the asshole in all of these scenarios, and I appreciate all of you going to the comments to determine that. Before I totally close the episode out, I could not have done tonight's episode without my good friend and somebody I
Weller.
look forward to doing it with more than anybody else, Mr. Weller. Yes, the blue label is spicy, but we like you no matter how much you're difficult to hang with. Aside from my other good friend, I do have a second good friend that's kind of close to that. Not as good, but good runner-up. I couldn't have done it with the Toxic Show. Drake, tell them where they can find you. Come on.
You can find me in your mama's bedroom.
Hey!
But other than that,
with the beatbox.
I'm gonna give her some Cheetos.
Asian
'Cause she
Cheetos
hungry.
from Kim Jong-un's bedroom. He took it
Damn
right
straight.
out of his knicker drawer.
Yeah. You can find me at the Toxic Show anywhere. Sometimes has underscores, blah, blah.
I appreciate everybody joining us for this long escapade. We have gone through all of the roller coaster, the ups and the downs, and you've done a great job of keeping us grounded and helping us judge who is the asshole in all these situations. But I very much appreciate you joining us for this long. If we made you laugh, if we made you think, the best thing you do to support this episode is share this clip. If you liked it, that means somebody else you did. If we made you laugh, that means somebody else may too. And we gave you a lot of free, great content with nothing to ask for beyond just sharing the clip. So again, thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you the next time. I have a live show every Tuesday at 7 p.m. This whole room's full of a crew, and we got a whole show. And that one really encourages your intervention, your perspective impacting the dialogue. Similar to this, and that's kind of why I wanted to really thread that theme through, because we want to look for you and your perspective to keep us grounded, to keep us humble. And honestly, you may help us grow, and that's what we're asking for. So join us live at 7 p.m. every Tuesday, but we also have a comedic relief. Sundays at 9 p.m., we've got the Rethink Actions TV show. I normally have it right here. It's all over there. But I would hold up my sweatshirt here to check out the Rethink Actions. Every Sunday. Yeah, the bear with the thing. Oh, the ho.
808s.
See, that's it right there. Check out Rethink Actions every Sunday, 9 a.m. We go live. We've done everything from people breaking into Disney to the Drizzy Drake versus Kendrick reactions. It's crazy. We go off the walls. It's different every week. So wake up on your Sunday mornings, have a cup of coffee with us, and join some laughs. But again, we've got so much coming at you, from the podcast to the live show to all these other different channels. You can find it all in one central place at www.rethinktankpodcast.com, and that'll guide you to all of our content and more. So please be sure not to miss out. Otherwise, guys, we'll catch you on the next episode. Peace. Brother, I couldn't fuck.
Yeah. You're the best. Yo, this was so much. Fuck yeah, man. I'm not going anywhere I'm still chilling.